SHINOBI podcast.
Welcome back. We got another episode. We got the homies beside me once again.
Whoa.
This is the finale, everyone. The finale episode to season 2, man. This has been a hard-fought season, an enjoyable season. It's been many things for me, man.
It's been a journey.
So let's start with that, man. This experience of doing this podcast, because you guys have been on here this season a lot more than last season. So it's become more of a consistent thing with you guys. How has this impacted your life outside of this room right here? You look like you want to say something, so you're gonna go first. How has this experience here impacted your life outside of here?
I think we talked about it before, man. It's just like it's nice to see the homies fulfill the dreams that we've talked about. Sitting in the living room, chopping it up, talking about like, hey, man, like these are interesting topics. They should be on a podcast, or like we should do something about that. And then you finally were like, all right, bro. Like, well, I guess I'm gonna set up a podcast studio and do it up. And I think it's super dope to see that an idea actually came into fruition, and that helps in my daily life with like a lot of things. It helps me in terms of reminding myself, like, dude, like it's possible. Maybe not right now, but it's gonna be possible. It's gonna be able to come to fruition at one point in my life. So as long as you just keep moving forward, man, it's gonna happen for you, and it's dope to see that. And thank you for like allowing us to come in into your space, into your studio, and just like chop it up, bro. It's a good time.
That's good, man. The possibilities, man. This thing, and that was one of my intentions of my many intentions, was to show motherfuckers the possibilities, man. If we just fucking believe in what we can do, stay consistent with it, even though that shit can be difficult, because you have these different factors in life. But, bro, if we stay at it, and the biggest thing is staying together and feeding one another, man, because we all have fucking up days, we all have down days, and we need that extra boost, no matter who we are, no matter how strong we are. So for us to continue to create that and to continue to keep it fucking tight knit, that's really like the greatest thing I could ask for from this whole experience. Like, that's been my intentions from the get-go. So like, I don't feel like my work is done, but I'm like, I'm happy with this.
We're just starting, baby.
I'm happy with this and where it's at, and where it's heading, wherever that is. I just know and believe that we're headed to great things, and I know I'm definitely gonna do my part to help us get there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro. But we appreciate it, man.
Yeah, really definitely. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you for always having us on here, bro. For me, it's been cool. Like, I don't know, like George said, seeing for me to see your idea come to fruition for you has been really dope. Like, proud of you, man. Happy for you, straight up. To always, to be a part of it is definitely dope, because it gives me the opportunity to try my hand at something as well. So thank you for that. And it also kind of puts me out of my comfort zone, but I am comfortable now, essentially in front of a camera, and talking. Still trying to figure out like how to where to look, even though.
Just loosen up, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool,
that's what
but it's just like
it's
I'm
a
good.
process, man.
No, I'm just trying because I always look. I don't know how to explain. I don't really trip about it, but it's just like figuring out certain things. You know what I mean? But it's cool though. Like every time is a different experience and a learning experience. So I don't know. I take it for what it is, but it's always dope. It's been a dope experience. It has some really cool, fun, interesting conversations on here. Yeah, man. It's been a good ride, bro. I'm looking forward to all future, episodes, seasons, whatever. Whenever you ask me to come on here, man, you know me. I always pull up, show out.
Appreciate you.
Of course, bro.
Well, one thing you have to realize, one thing I had to realize starting this whole thing, that you're not just gonna come up in here every day and be the shit, bro.
Right.
You're gonna be figuring this thing out as you go, man. Like, go back to our first episode. Now we're 20 episodes in. Go back to that first episode. I bet it isn't close to what this is. You know what I'm saying?
Not for nothing too. I want to tell you this to keep going, man, because I think it was another podcast who might have said this, that like, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think there's a statistic out there that like a lot of people who try to do podcasting and stuff, like, once they get to like, I think 20 episodes or something like that, they usually stop and then like take a break and then usually never really come back to it. So it's like,
See, that's good to know.
so
That's good
it's
to fucking
like
know.
you know, take a break, but if that in that break, use it as a break to like figure out strategies, developing stage, not like a break, like yo, time to relax, like
Exactly.
just like
Yeah.
okay, now we did that. Now let's figure out, go back to the drawing board. How can we get it better? What can we do different? What do we rewatch all the videos? Okay, what didn't we like about this? What do we like? And then
And what can we start implementing individually? This is a collective.
Yeah.
But I know you guys have talents and knowledge where you could individually hold something on your own. You know what I'm saying? And then some way we could bring all that together.
Absolutely,
bro.
That's
Hell
definitely for sure.
Because they could be different types of podcasts, respectfully. I mean, with different, I guess maybe objectives, but still all tie in some of the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this is definitely the foundation. I mean, for me.
Because things don't have to be completely similar to, merge and
not at all.
bond and be successful. You know what I'm
And
saying? I think that's what makes it successful is that we have so many different avenues that we can come from.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think about the things that we talk about, bro. We talk about everything under the fucking sun, bro.
Facts.
We all have vast amount of knowledge, vast amount of perspective, and we have a lot to fucking offer. And putting all that together, man, that shit's like magic to me. It's like, having this motherfucking pot and putting all the right shit in there. You know what I'm saying? Put all the right shit in there. All this shit is evenly balanced. Sometimes it might get too hot, too cold, whatever. That shit happens. We're going to get over that hump, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to continue, pouring into this and figuring this recipe out to make this thing taste fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying?
But also, it showed me that, like, when you set your mind to something, you could do it.
Fucking do it.
Because I remember you starting this. I remember your vision, essentially, when you first, like, told me about it at your old spot. Way smaller.
That's right. That was the OG studio, though. Like, that was like where, like, that's when we did a lot of, like, demo work and, like, to see what was up and the aesthetics and, like, people. I remember people went over there and just, like, you did, like, interviews and, like, just different things, man.
That spot was
I actually, like, yo, shout out for, like, fucking bringing that up because I had forgotten.
Bro, that turned into, like, a media academy. For sure. In a sense,
That's probably good.
Yeah, that's probably good. I fuck with that for you because you had your room, but then like you had that like little living room area, which was like
the whole studio.
That was your vision, bro. That was your fucking work. That was like everything you were pouring into, and it was super dope to come in as like, your friend that's a stranger in your house per se, because you don't have a lot of people over, and even myself, I had been over just a handful of time, and so you let people into your personal space to see like, how you have things and how they're arranged and whatever. But it was super dope to see you like with whiteboards and fucking plans and fucking this whole thing written out. And I was like, dude, every time I walked in here, and still to this day when I walk in, I'm like, dude, he's fucking doing it, and it's inspirational, bro.
Bro, to be honest,
it's fucking awesome to see that shit, bro. Because we go way back too, and it's just dope to see the growth from everyone, even from you, Sue.
Likewise, bro. Likewise.
Because like you're a couple years apart, but like even then, like your growth is like just amazing to see and see.
Appreciate you, brother.
You just keep pushing, bro, and that's all it's about, bro. Just keep swimming.
You as well, man. Proud of you guys all around the block. You know what I mean?
Well, this has been a factor, bro. This has been a factor of keeping us bonded, and that way we've been able to have a first-hand look on how one another are developing. Dude. And we just fucking inspiring one another.
Absolutely,
facts.
Bro.
Not for nothing, too, to add to the old studio. That was the first place I've ever seen a vision board in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I swear to you, that was the first time I've ever saw like a legit vision board.
I forgot you had that.
And you had numerous vision boards. Like it was, I forgot, there was certain ones for specific things, but yeah, like 2 or 3 in there, right? I think,
yeah, bro.
My boy had one,
a whole like
small kind of
work
like
studio, basically.
Yeah,
like,
it was ill.
Everything was up like in ideas. It was like a mastermind. Like I fucked with it so heavy. Going over there, like inspired some of my setup for my desk. And then for my dog room, where I have my kennel, I put a bunch of fucking whiteboards up, and I started like I have I copied the calendar idea from you that you have by your front door now, but you had up in your studio by the fucking sliding door.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All that shit came from you. That I was like, dude, this motherfucker got to figure it out. So I just like I just copied him and started doing the same shit. Bought expo markers and shit. And I like slack on it here and there, but for the most part, I try to do it because now it even correlates to Case because Case puts her schedule up there. So now I know like what days are off or like whatever, when she's home, blah, 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 blah.
Organization, man.
Yeah, bro. And it just helps so much, especially with the business too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, it just gets a little wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Dude, sometimes I don't even know what day I'm in, bro. So like I
Yeah,
realize that
I'm
I
with
have
you.
to write it down and be like 9 a.m. evaluation with so-and-so, like 10 p.m. client, so-and-so, like, because if not, dude, I'm just like, what day is it? What time is it?
It's like not like it could become like a hamster wheel, but there's good and bad hamster wheels. So
Definitely. It's like Groundhog Day, but like I don't know. This is the Groundhog Day that I look forward to, and then before in like earlier stages in life, sometimes I was like, dude, is this gonna ever fucking end?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I know that feeling.
Do you climb out of this, or what happens, man? And then you just kept pushing and just got better and better, and out of starvation, ideas started flowing, and we just did it. Like we just did it. That was the motivation there.
I have a question for you guys. Do you feel like there was a particular episode where you really started to kind of let that shield down or that guard down? Is there any episode that really sticks out to you? Because now, like we were just talking about seeing one another grow, I see you guys more comfortable with it,
the flow
than from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I was just curious if there was like a certain episode or if there's a certain moment that sparked something where you were like, you know what, I can do this, and I can kind of, because I feel like the more I let my guard down internally, the more clear I am on the mic, because I'm not trying to filter things out, but I'm really just allowing myself to speak from the heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense for sure.
You feel the same way?
For my case, I think it was my episode, the one that we did just about like dog training and my journey and stuff. I think that one's the one that like really, because I was just comfortable talking about what I was talking about, and then it made me realize like, just don't think about the camera being on or like whatever. Just focus on the topic and just keep it flowing like you would talking to a regular person, I would say. And I think that was the one that I was like, okay, dude, like you just talk. You just talk and you just figure it out, and then the more natural you seem, or like not seem, the more natural you feel, the more natural it ends up translating. Because in my case, I still like I've been trying to post a little bit more content lately, and one of my latest reels, like a lot of the homies were like, "Hey man, like great reel, blah 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 blah," but it did seem like you were a little robotic at the beginning, like you were like reading off a script, and I like totally like can see it. And then there's a point where like you go through the reel and then you can see me loosen up a little bit more, but it's because I still feel a little weird with my personal journey of being in front of a camera and like trying to talk about a subject or whatever, doing a voiceover, whatever the case is. So I realized that I was like, damn, like now this has to translate into my own content creation. So struggling with it, but working it out,
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Sorry, so hold on. I kind of blanked for a second. What was the question again?
I asked if there was a particular moment through recording or a particular episode.
Got you.
That kind of, got you
in the
comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You tell me. So for myself, because my first time ever getting in front of the camera with you was at that Airbnb in Cape Coral.
Yep.
And not for nothing, I feel like me and you were pretty in sync off
the rip. Top, bro.
off the rip, bro. Like, to be honest, I think I was a little more comfortable in that first one than I was the first time we did like an actual episode with like multiple people. Because there was several ones. I think you and I, like when we did a couple at your old studio too, but it was like the episode reviews.
Yeah.
I don't know if we did a movie review either, but I think we was just doing the episode reviews.
Yeah, we were doing.
Wasn't it anime? Fight
we were doing some
scenes?
anime.
Yeah.
We were watching Record of Ragnarok.
Yeah, that was.
We did a couple episodes of
and
that.
then we did a couple with like Zero and Eli and them in the like. I forgot what they were like based on. Though, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I had to fucking look back at that old footage
because there was we talked about a lot of shit, but I don't remember exactly what all of it was about. But I don't know. I think the one that really, as far as in the new studio was, the one that really kind of like, all right, like got me in sync, at least with YouTube, I would say, with would probably be. I think the one where we just kind of ran on the tangent of like movies and then just went off into the game world.
That's the one that came to my mind.
Like,
that was very
immediately,
comfortable.
bro.
that was just a very comfortable conversation.
Yeah.
Like it was just like the boys being boys, just like
For sure.
chopping it up. I'm just like, all right, I don't know. For me, you know me, I will forever talk about whatever. You know what I mean? I'm always down to talk about anything. But those type like conversations where we just kind of like essentially go down memory lane ish. You know what I mean? It's just like
that nostalgia.
open up the
starts to kick
nostalgic,
in.
open up the capsules. Especially because for me, you guys are both older than me in different ways. Like he's older than me by a couple of years, and you're older than him by a couple of years. So like, it's just like okay, we all experience different things.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. It's pretty
Different
cool.
perspectives.
Yeah, different perspectives
It's
for
dope,
sure. And it's cool to learn from each other in that aspect too. But I don't know. I would say I think we were pretty. I tried to be pretty comfortable from the jump at least. Still getting comfortable.
Yeah.
As far as like not once again just kind of like learning proper like I guess maybe not head placement or like just where to look and shit like that, like, but even then like I don't know, it's not that serious because I think I forgot who was talking about it. It was either I forgot which it was. I think a radio host. They were talking about like how back in the day with like interviews and podcasts and shit, like you had to always look in the camera or shit like that. Like you had to like look here or look there, or like if you didn't look in the camera and you looked at somebody else when you were talking, like it was almost forbidden. Weird. So like then they were just like, wait, why do we have to like look into the camera? Like why can't we just have like regular conversations and just like you know what I mean and just let it flow? And that kind of transitioned the whole culture of like how media and like shit is shot. Like you know what I mean? Like now
how
people
shit is shot.
like how like episodes and like podcasts and different types of content and stuff is shot.
Yeah.
Because now it's just, I don't know. It's different. I don't know where I was going with that.
But... Well, I would like to like with more space and shit. I would love for it to be like a round table.
Oh
that'd be dope.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be dope.
But that way we could actually
you're all facing
talking across from each other and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be dope. That would be super dope.
So let me ask you, what have you learned from your first episode? Two-part question. What have you learned from your first episode to now about like maybe not do's and don'ts, but things that you didn't do before but you do now, or things that you did before but you don't do now, and you know what I mean, or like different camera placements and like just different stuff. Like what have you learned now that before it was like just non-existent?
Well, editing for one, because I'm the kind of guy that just teaches myself things, just because I guess I have that type of mind where I'll just go and learn it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not that I have anything against being taught, but I can just, I know my capabilities, and I usually teach myself things, and I've been doing it since I was a kid. Like, from teaching myself how to swim to teaching myself how to ride a bike. There's a lot of things I just fucking taught myself because I've just always, been determined. And editing became one of those things because I had no prior knowledge of editing, how to edit. I know I loved movies, and once I got into editing, it helped me start understanding, good editing and bad editing. And that's still a growing process, the editing part, because I started with just apps on my phone. So I didn't really like just dive into it. I gave myself a chance to actually progress and grow. So
what apps did you use to like when you first started?
A big app I was using is a Video Leap. So Video LEAP, which I still use today. Like when I want to just do some quick edits, I usually use my phone for quick edits, and when I do like long edit episodes, I'll do it on the computer. Gotcha. But those quick edits, you can just boom, 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 and post those to your social media and shit like that. But that's where I started. That was my starting point. I had to get familiar with, I guess, like the vernacular of editing. I had to start figuring out what like opacity means, like transparency, and I had to start learning the terms so I could actually understand editing better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So from there, I just started setting the camera up, doing shit, and slowly just figuring it out, because when you're on these apps, they've got a little in depth now, but they're not as in depth as like Adobe Premiere or anything. So you can just like dive into that and just learn what a transition is, learn how to cut things, how things transition into one another. Learn what an overlay is, which is like if I have a video, like if you guys ever see a video I do and I have the revolving Shinobi right there, that's just something I'm overlaying on top of the video. You know what I'm saying? So learning what an overlay is, learning different font. You need to learn different font types. You need to learn animations, different kinds of transitions. Like you have dissolve transitions, you have fucking windshield wiper transitions, you have zoom transitions. So it's a very in-depth world of editing. But I gave myself a chance to really do it at a good pace to where I'm actually progressively learning. And then I just had to start posting shit, and I had to live with the fact that it might suck.
That's real. No, that's real.
That's real.
Because like say if I look back at my old edits from when I was doing it on the phone, I totally would think they suck. But without that, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to be comfortable with my knowledge level at the time, and I had to be comfortable with allowing myself to grow and not having any expectations and just allowing myself to grow and not jumping the gun. You know what I'm saying? And trying to just dive into people are thinking my shit looks like this, so let me take a year to fucking edit. It's like, no, I need to keep producing and putting shit out. Producing and putting shit out. And when you look back at your whole list, you go back to the beginning, you're like, motherfucker, I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that was a biggie for me, was the editing. And I'm still learning, man. There's still a ton of shit I don't know. There's still a lot of shit I'm unaware of and haven't explored in Premiere Pro. That's the software I use is Premiere Pro. But
Premiere
my
Pro.
shit's getting better. You know what I'm saying?
It is, man. It definitely has came a long way. I'll definitely say that for sure. All right. So to ask you your own question, what episode or when was it that you got comfortable in front of the camera, like, and like let loose, like you were finally like, all right, you know what, I'm cool, like I can do this.
I don't know if I can pinpoint a particular one because, before we even started doing anything together at the old place, I was by my damn self in front of this thing, getting over my fears and insecurities by myself. Before I even brought you niggas in, you know what I'm saying? I got comfortable with myself on camera.
I feel that.
And since I went through that process, I was able to help you guys out when you were new to it, because I had already conquered myself, you know what I'm saying? And everything, I thought, you start to be like, oh, I don't like how my voice sounds. And all this shit just starts to come in your head to deter you from it. And I was able to really, put the time in and get over all those fears. So by the time I was ready to bring you guys in, I was already like, okay, I'm pretty fucking comfortable. I can teach these guys. And now you guys make me more comfortable just with conversation in general because, you ain't having much of a conversation by your damn self.
I mean, never mind.
Well, I'll do that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you push it too.
But, so I don't think it was like a particular episode, man. But definitely the episode you guys are talking about, that may have felt the most natural, I guess. Because we really took it back to the days of all these things we love. And these things molded us into the men we are.
For sure.
Everything that we've absorbed, that shit has molded us into where we are. And we got to go back into that space. It's almost like we fucking time travel.
Sure.
And we got to go back and, you start to fucking know what the day was like when you was, when we were talking about games. You start to remember what your room looked like as a kid and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? You might fucking start to remember the smells that your mom was cooking or whatever. And I felt like it really just took us back to that, man, and it really put us in a good spot to just flow.
Facts.
Absolutely. 110%.
What we feeling today, gentlemen? What's on our minds?
Well, remember we were talking about Point Break.
Oh. You guys made an interesting point about the brotherhood aspect of it.
That was, Mr. Pointier training. I want him to set the tone.
Take it away, Jorge.
You seen it?
Hell yeah, bro.
Okay,
I saw it, bro. What?
You were just talking about the brotherhood part.
Yeah, I just never. I mean, I can see it, but I never. I feel like you guys have a way deeper meaning than what I feel like I have.
Well, think about it, bro. This dude, because he comes from being like a college superstar, right? Like Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, he comes from being a college superstar quarterback that I think he gets injured, goes into the FBI, and then starts his job immediately, gets into the bank heist thing, right?
Yeah.
And like if you look at it, he's kind of chasing brotherhood for a while that he probably experienced in college and maybe even before that, because he's a superstar in college, which means he was probably a superstar as a kid.
Yeah.
And so he experiences this like fake popularity thing, you know what I mean? And then he meets these dudes that like they're just like living this free life. They're like fucking surfing all the time, and they just, how are they enjoying just surfing all the time, bro? Right? And like loves like the whole vibe that they're going after, right? Turns out they're the fucking bank robbers. And then he goes through this whole like, granted, you know, like they kidnap his girl and blah 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 blah, use some leverage, but like if you like you watch it, and he didn't ever want to harm Bodhi. Like he never wanted to harm Bodhi because of the love that he had implemented through the brotherhood of like, let's go surf and be homies all the time. You know, like,
and didn't they save him from remember when he got jumped?
Yeah.
Didn't they come and save him?
So
Bodhi helped him.
Bodhi helped him.
Yeah,
so
Bodhi
things like that, like that's shit that you like.
That's how he gets connected with them. Because he's trying to scope out the like different
surfing
breaks.
Yeah.
That, like he's like, oh, like, you know, if like these we go to the beaches that have these exact chemicals and we'll know where what beaches they like.
And their wax, right?
Yeah, and the wax. They talk about the wax and shit.
Sex wax.
Sex wax. He's like, what? And the dude goes on this. He's like, I became a wax expert all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And he's like going through all the waxes that he went through and shit. And I think his name is Pappas.
It is Pappas
in Point Break. But anyways,
who's that? Gary Sinise?
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Yeah.
He did a hell of a job in that.
He goes scope out one spot, and then I think because I'm pretty sure it was because he didn't know how to surf. He like crosses someone.
Yeah, he fucked up someone's line, bro.
Yeah, like someone's line on a wave or something.
And it was Anthony Kiedis and Flea, bro.
Yeah, the fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers. I didn't know that's who that was, by the way, until like 2 years ago. Like, because I don't really listen to the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
And like, I was talking about how much I love it, and then a coworker of mine was like, "Yo, by the way, like the lead singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers is the dude that punches Keanu Reeves."
Yeah,
or
he was
whatever.
like, "We're really gonna have to fuck you up."
Yeah, like, what? No way. And then dude, I've been watching that movie for years. Had no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Flea was in there too. He was the blonde one with like the weird long hair. Like,
I don't even know.
Kind of dready looking.
Like, it wasn't dready. Like, that was War Child or
okay.
There was a blonde one. It was like, it was Anthony Kiedis, the War Child, who was like the big kind of Samoan looking dude, and then there was like a blonde guy. And the blonde guy was Flea, who was like the guitarist in Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That
scene was ill.
He fucks up their line or whatever, and so the dudes are trying to beat him up, and then Bodhi comes out of nowhere and beats him up. And then like they bond. And oddly enough, I was just before we were talking about it, I looked up like a couple quotes from Bodhi and stuff. And there's one where he like reflects on dog psychology, and he's like, it's basic dog psychology, man. If you hold them down and make them pee themselves down the leg, they'll submit. But if you show weakness, that's how people get hurt.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's crazy, because obviously like it does correlate to dog psychology and stuff. Like if you show weakness to a dog, he's gonna try to overcome you because you're being weak. Mm-hmm. Versus if you show strength and you show like, hey man, I'm not backing down. Most of the time, predator behavior, they're like, okay, bro, my bad.
I know my place.
I didn't mean it. You got that, bro. You got that. So I was like, dude, that's crazy. And so then that's how they get linked up, because Bodhi saves him from getting jumped, basically.
Yeah.
And then that's like where the story starts developing. Blah 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 blah.
Bro, that's instant bond though.
Yeah.
Like think about somebody come help you getting jumped. You instantly gonna feel some type of way towards that person.
Yeah, absolutely. And they actually think that the people we're talking about, War Child, the Red Hot Chili Peppers dude, like they're a group of surfers that they think that they are the bank heisters.
Yeah,
so they start doing recon and shit, and then like they fucking
they raid the house.
They raid the house, and apparently like, DEA already had this massive fucking undercover
dude in there,
yeah, like whole fucking thing going on, operation, and they fuck it up, blah 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 blah. So then they're like, who could be the bank robbers? And they figure it out later on that it's like, holy shit, it's the people I've been surfing with.
Because Roach, bro. Roach. I think it was Roach or the other dude, bro. The one with the long hair. He had the.
Oh, that's right.
He had the. What was his tattoo on his say on his ass?
I think it was no. He put like a smiley face or something.
And then he pulled his pants down and like slapped his ass cheeks. And he did that in the camera. And then he did it while he was surfing one time. And Keanu Reeves was like, no, like
it's just starting to come back to me now.
And then he actually leaves in that scene. He leaves the beach. Like they're all surfing at a beach. It looks like it's like maybe like dusk or twilight-ish area. I don't fucking know.
And then he goes to the girls' crib, right? Doesn't he leave and go?
No, he goes back to fucking like FBI quarters or whatever the fuck, and he's like, "Yo, bro, it's them.
Yeah,
it's fucking them. It's the people I'm fucking surfing with on the weekends, basically."
That movie's dope.
And then I think shortly after that, they rob another bank, I believe.
And that's when he chases him. Yeah. And that's when he noted. That's when Patrick Swayze looks at him and was just like,
"You ain't gonna
got you." But also he was just like, "Now we know."
And then that's where like the story kind of.
He like turns the gun up in the sky. He's like,
"Yeah,
yeah, because he jacked his knee up.
Yeah,
when he jumped.
He jumped over
like what's injured.
The LA River
it's
shit.
His injury
that
from
old
college.
Injury, yeah.
ACL, boy.
Yep, he fucks it up.
That movie's really good, dude. Especially the whole concept of the dead presidents. Like, have you ever seen the movie Dead Presidents?
No.
Yeah.
I have not.
We watched it. Katie had never seen it, and we watched it.
It's classic.
A couple nights ago.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
George, you gotta watch that. That's a classic.
It's a good one. Dead President.
I'm looking this up right now.
It's a really good one. Because it's a bank heist movie, too, also, with the time frame of that movie and what they talk about in that.
The 60s?
It's the 70s. It's after the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's a very good movie because just outside of the bank heist stuff, they touch on some like really interesting topics like Black Panther Party, the crack epidemic, the heroin crack epidemic. Yeah, it gets pretty intense. That movie's really good. Lorenz Tate did a great job. Bokeem Woodbine did a crazy good job.
It follows the story of this the main character. His name is Anthony, and the movie starts with what are they about to graduate high school? They're about to graduate high school, so they're about to go to prom and shit, and get their first piece of ass. You know what I'm saying? That prom ass. But throughout the beginning of the story, they're kind of talking about like all the shit that they're gonna be doing after high school, and he has two friends, one played by Chris Tucker, and I forget the other guy's name.
Bokeem Woodbine.
No, the Spanish dude.
Oh, I don't know.
Those was his homies from high school.
You're right.
Yeah, Bokeem Woodbine. They met him when they went to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so he ends up going to Vietnam, and then essentially coming back, like going through all that, coming back home. It's hard for him to find a job.
Chris Tucker was a fucking crackhead.
Yeah. A lot of guys had from the Vietnam. A lot of guys got hooked on drugs and came back home all fucked up. But it follows this story of him coming back. He's trying to get his family back together. I think his daughter was like 4 or 5 by the time he got back. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
Oh, really?
For some reason.
His lady that his high school girl that he left, she had been getting dug out by some other dude while he was gone.
My boy said dug out.
Yeah, she did him greasy.
Yeah, so he had to come back and deal with another dude that's been taking care of his girl and his daughter. So he's going through that while he can't provide. You know what I'm saying? He ends up getting a job at like a butcher shop. You know what I'm saying? And they're arguing about money and things like that, and it essentially leads to this heist of this armored truck. You know what I'm saying? So it goes from that. All that builds up into the end of the movie where you essentially have the heist. It's a very good movie, though, man.
Don't they do a couple heists before that? Like last one where
They was doing like street stuff, like going and collecting money and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But that was the only big heist of the movie, is when they did it at the end.
Yeah,
It was more of like one of those movies where it's like it's that build up to the big moment. You know what I'm saying? But
completely.
this movie is very well paced, so that build up, you're not sitting there waiting for the build up to be over. You're invested in the build up of the story because they do the character so well.
Emotionally invested.
Yeah, you follow Anthony's character played by Lorenz Tate, and he plays it so fucking well. You relate to him, you feel sorry for him, you even root for this motherfucker to have a successful robbery. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing.
That's how you know it's a good movie, when you start rooting for the people that are like doing bad shit. You're like, yeah, no, I want this to happen.
Well, it really shows you what leads up to it, man. And it could be fucking any of us. We all could have a number of things that could lead up to us doing some shit where we just like, fuck it. I'm about to go do this. You know what I'm saying? And put everything fucking at risk. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it really touches on that, that human nature that we all fucking have. You know what I'm saying? That's a very human movie, man. Like, it's very relatable to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Going through any type of struggle or anything. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's family, whether it's job, whether it's fucking, societal pressures. If you pressured by that shit, you know what I'm saying? It touches on all that shit.
Big,
you know what I'm saying? It touches on government, touches on military, what goes on over there. Like, it's a real good movie. And I believe that was the Hughes brothers.
It is the Hughes brothers.
Yeah. Which they also made Menace to Society. Yeah.
And I think they did I want to say a Transformer. I think of no, they didn't do a Transformers movie.
Oh, they did the Book of Eli.
There we go. They did they did Book of Eli, Menace to Society. They did I agree.
Something I'm missing.
It's like a key one too.
Yeah, the Hughes brothers, they are they twins or just brothers?
They're twins.
They're twins.
Yeah, they did. They had like four really good movies, and then they kind of went off and did like other shit.
I like their vision.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they do film. They really want you. The Hughes brothers films, man, you really get invested
in the scene,
especially in the whatever character they're putting the spotlight on. You fucking get invested in that character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only that character, but the supporting characters as well. They flesh out their characters very well to where you're invested in everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to see the story.
Yeah, exactly. You want to see how all these interactions come together, and it's very interesting, man.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Menace to Society is a really good movie too.
Have you seen Menace to Society?
Me? No.
What?
Damn, we gotta take you down
for
a rabbit hole,
George, bro.
We gotta take you down a rabbit hole.
Have you ever seen Paid in Full?
No, we talked about it last time too. I was like, no, never seen it. I was thinking of another movie.
Let's see, what's another one?
You have to come over. We're gonna have to watch
King of New York.
That's shit right there.
Nope.
I watched that for the first time this year.
Really? I watched it again not too long ago.
That's a good one.
My man's put me onto that. Shout out my bro Choco, bro. That's
the shit, bro.
Dude, that is who Biggie is referring to when he's saying Frank White.
Yep.
Yeah, no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen it.
That movie's ill, bro. Homeboy played what's that dude? What's that actor's name, bro?
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, the white guy.
Yeah.
Had Christopher Walken. Had
Larry
Lawrence
Fishburne.
Yeah, back when he was Larry.
It had what's the Spanish dude who's always in them Spike Lee joints?
I know who you're talking about. Is it
Giancarlo Esposito?
Yeah.
He's in it. He's a great fucking actor.
Yeah.
He does not get his flowers, bro.
He got a lot of range.
His range is crazy. He did, him and what's homeboy, who was in Shaft? He was in Hunger Games, Westworld, Spanish black dude with the glasses.
Jeffrey.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Play fucking Peoples Hernandez in Shaft.
Shaft, yes, bro. Yes.
You see Hunger Games too?
I feel like this is making me realize I haven't been exposed to enough black culture.
Yeah.
Hunger Games 2, yes, definitely.
The guy with the glasses in Hunger Games 2, the smart motherfucker.
she came off as crazy. They like electrocuted everybody with when they put the wires.
No
and
idea, bro. But you know what? That's what Google's for, bro.
Type in the second Hunger Games. It's Jeffrey something.
Damn, what is his
Yeah,
name,
he's a great
bro?
actor.
He's a great actor, bro.
Yeah.
I met him before, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like in person?
Right? Yeah, dude. So
Jeffrey Wright. Oh, I do know who that is. It's the Westworld guy.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
So one day, my bro Uwe, man,
Jeffrey Wright.
I was chilling in Brooklyn. I think I was probably like 17, probably at the time. Not even. I was young. It was a couple years back. Me and my bro Uwe, we chilling on the stoop. We was in Brooklyn, Fort Greene, Brooklyn. Oh, yeah, Fort Greene, Brooklyn. And we was chilling on the stoop, and we was waiting for my bro Jules to come outside, and we was smoking. And he was just like, "Yo, you know that one actor?" Quite literally, how I just explained to him. That's exactly what he was saying too. He was just like, "Yo, you know that one dude who's like looks like this, and he's in that one show, and dead ass, bro." Without even saying his name, I knew exactly who he was talking about, and I was like, "Talking about this guy?" He's like, "Yeah, bro, yeah, him." Just like how George's reaction was, and then he was just like, "Yo, bro, you live right here." I was like, "What you mean?" He's like, "Bro, I swear you live right next door." He's like, "Dude, I've seen him so many times, like coming through here, just kicking it over." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And he was just like, "Bro, I'm so serious." Long behold, maybe I think like a week later, we sitting on the stoop again, chilling. We see like a little Nissan truck pull up, double park, hop out. Well, you know, Jeffrey Wright.
Damn.
Unloading his groceries and shit. And he was just like, yeah, he was cool. He was just like, yo, what up, fellas? Like, said what up. And my bro Uli was just like, yo, should we go, chop it up with him? See if we get some advice or something?
Mm-hmm.
And like, in hindsight, maybe we should have took that opportunity. But respectfully, I was also looking at him as a human. Like, he was just unloading his groceries. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, man.
Trying to live his life, bro. So I was just like, let me not blow up the spot. Like, I didn't want to blow up the spot. I was like,
groceries. Now he got to give life advice.
So I was like, let me just let him do his thing. Like, he acknowledged us. He said, what up? We know who he is. He knows who we are. So it was cool. I also met Common, bro.
How big is he?
He's not. He's maybe like 5, like anywhere between 5'7" and 5'10".
Okay.
Like 5'8", 5'10". Yeah. Not like a big guy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't look that big on screen.
Nah.
I was wondering if he was like a little guy or you never really know him.
Average dude, you know what I mean? Average guy. Cool guy though. But, bro, I've seen a lot of people in Brooklyn, bro.
So you met Common?
Yeah, in Brooklyn too. I've met yeah, Jeffrey Wright?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like I said 5'7", my bad, bro. But I met Common in Brooklyn. That was cool. I was it was on Dean Street. That was a block I grew up on. I grew up on Bergen and Bergen. All right, I'm gonna take y'all down my memory lane real quick. So on Dean Street in Brooklyn is like a known block. Like there's a park there, a big ass park, Dean Street Park. Mm-hmm. That park, we call that the block. All right, you're technically considered from the block if you grew up on Dean, Bergen, St. Mark's, and that's really about it. Like those three streets kind of like tie in the block essentially because they all connect to like Dean. So that park though has so much history in that park, dude. Like I met Common in that park. So one day it was just like a summertime. Like I was chilling in the park with all my cousins and shit, fucking around. Everybody playing ball and shit, and Common's just walking through. Like just walking through. There was this condo on Dean. Like this condo. Nice as fuck. That shit was there for years. He lived there. You know what I mean? And he was my uncle actually told me that he used to walk he walked through the park all the time actually. But he would more so walk through in the morning. But this time he came through midday, no security, nothing. That ass just dolo, walking through the park full as fuck, full of people. Like playing ball and shit. He was cool. Show love to everybody, just said what up. Like I remember I chased him, like, because I saw him and he like left the park and I ran through the park to go catch him. I was just like, yo, Common, what up, man? And like he was just like, what's up, brother? Like he was mad cool. So, but I will always remember that shit. Like I forever I'll remember that. But that park, bro, you know who Foxy Brown is, right? The rapper. She grew up on St. Mark's.
George, you know?
No.
No Common is?
I know who Common is.
Okay.
Cool. But Foxy Brown, she grew up on St. Mark's. And her older brother, Antoine, he used to host the basketball tournaments in the park like every summer, and she used to pull up there all the time. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. J. Cole, you know the workout video? Like, straight up, now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Yeah, that was like one of his first hit singles.
Yeah, for sure.
That video was shot in that park.
Oh yeah.
Dog, crazy. I remember this was when 106 in Park was still around. And I remember waking up from a nap one day after like middle school, son. And I like see the video and I'm like, watch Sergio showed me that song for the first time too, by the way. But I'm like watching this video and I'm like looking at like certain parts of this park and I'm like, this shit looking real familiar right now. Like I was like, this park looking real fucking familiar.
I've been there.
And then it was a cutscene of the park, and I was like, nah, son. I was like, nah, nigga, there's no way he's in Dean right now. And then it was a dude who I grew up knowing, this dude named Zamal. He played ball. He's nice as shit. He was dunking in the video. I'm like, oh, fuck. I was like, yo, I know this nigga. I texted my cousin right after it. I was like, yo, J. Cole pull up to the block to shoot the video. She's like, yeah, bro. Like, she was like, yo, he came through, kicked it, played ball niggas for a little bit. Like, he was cool. Just showed mad love. I was like, that's ill. I was like, that is ill, man.
That's
shout
how
out
you
Cole.
do that shit, bro. Hey, yeah, shout out to Cole. He from the hometown, man.
Fayetteville.
Shout out to North Carolina, baby. All my people back home. Much love to y'all, man.
What part of North Carolina are you from?
I was born in Hickory, which is a small town in North Carolina. Small country as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
When I was 4, my mom joined the military.
Okay.
And from that age, I lived in Germany.
Word?
Yeah. And
what? Yo, I ain't never knew this. Hold up.
That was my first experience out of the country is when I was 4 years old.
You remember it?
I went to Germany. Bunch of white people
a little bit.
To another bunch of white people.
A little bit. But from there, after moving back home from Germany, we moved to Charlotte, which is more the city.
Oh, Charlotte is dope.
And bro. Charlotte is what raised me. You know, I was still a kid. So I was born in Hickory, North Carolina. So shout out to y'all in Hickory.
Shout out Hickory.
And but Charlotte definitely raised me for sure.
Dude, Charlotte was amazing. I went there for the Dreamville Fest. Shout out Dreamville. That city is ill. Like I would dead ass live there. Like contemplate moving there to live there.
Yeah.
It's a little pricey though now, isn't it? Like kind of.
Yeah, it's getting up there, man. Because it's like it's one of the
popular.
Well, it's one of the centers of banking. Sorry. It's one of the centers of banking. So there's
really
what? Really?
Yeah. Charlotte's like one of the biggest centers as far as banking goes.
Huh.
Like in the fucking country. Yeah.
That's kind of low key. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's huge. So, you know, I go back home and I don't fucking recognize it anymore.
I know that feeling, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely know that feeling.
Just so much growth. You know what I'm saying? You got that big influx of money just coming in, and you see everything just coming from downtown and expanding. And as a kid, I remember when the gentrification process started. Because I remember not all of them, but a lot of the projects used to be close to downtown. Now they're fucking luxury condos. A different demographic of people live there. So I saw from childhood, I slowly saw like the projects and government housing and all that. Just slowly get motherfuckers out. Start to have fucking landscapers and labradoodles and shit walking around.
Labradoodles.
So
yeah, man, I don't recognize the city that I grew up in. You know what I'm saying?
I can relate to that. That's how it was when I like go home to when I go to New York. Whenever I've gone to like my old neighborhood in Brooklyn, like even just driving through there, my brother, every time he's with me, anytime we drive through there, he's like, yo, you know where we at right now? And every time I usually catch it, but the last 2 times I've been there, that ass, bro, I was like, wait, nah, where are we? And he's just like, oh, it's the block. Like, I was like, fuck, respectfully, mad white people. Like, they ain't never used to, like, there was white, all right, don't get me wrong, there's white people all through New York that have been there, you know what I mean? But it's a different type of white people, bro. I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like, there's yes, and there's classes, but it's like there's white people in New York that are like they're New Yorkers, you know what I mean? Like they're with the culture, they understand the culture of, like, they understand cultures.
Yeah.
Then you got like a lot of those European like white people that come through and they don't really know shit, you know what I mean? And they just like They're oblivious to it, or they try to alter it to their own and like gentrify with the the neighborhoods and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, gentrification is not bad. Like it just sucks. It's not bad. It just sucks because we're the ones not buying. Like we're the ones not doing it our own. Like let's be real. What makes gentrification bad? Like your neighborhood actually getting cleaned up and becoming good and habitable?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it because we're not the ones that's like...
It's because you get kicked out, bro. Because they buy you out.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But that's because we
Like,
didn't
get
know
the
any better. We didn't know any
fuck out.
better in certain times in history to like the importance of ownership. And we really didn't have necessarily access to like financial literacy really back then to understand certain things, you know. So we got... It's not our fault, but in certain aspects, it's like
Yeah.
we had opportunities to where, you know, we could have did certain things to hold our hold our blocks down, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not like, especially in New York, but there's no excuse. Like I've seen there's Jewish people. I was just telling my friends this, like, bro, Jewish people own their own neighborhoods. They have their own school systems in Brooklyn. Like I would say Brooklyn because
Really?
yeah, hell yeah, bro. They have their own neighborhoods.
Organized, man.
Within neighborhoods, they have their own neighborhoods, like, you know, like 2-3 block radiuses.
Yeah.
And like they have their like essentially like a lot of their
Damn.
apartment buildings. They're huge, but they're nice, and they're like, you know, just they've been in their families for fucking ever, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So they just keep passing shit down. But yeah, they have their own school buses, their own school systems. It's like its own community, but same thing with the Chinese, bro. Like in like Chinatown, all of those businesses are all funneled through each other. And what I mean by that is, I mean, there's probably some, you know, good apples, bad apples. That's everywhere. But, you know, organized crime. But
The triads.
But yeah. But no, seriously, there's actually like a system. Jewish people may do this. I know Chinese people do this. A lot of Caribbean people do it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's called like a susu, where they in our eyes we would look at it as like a pyramid scheme because a lot of Americans don't know shit about like, you know, kind of working together sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not all Americans, just a lot. But
this country has a mentality.
yeah,
Of go out and get it, not bring your shit together.
yeah,
You know what I'm
every
saying?
man for himself kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
So, what a
That's true.
susu is essentially where, say you got like, all right, say you're Asian family, right? Like there's you and 4 other families moved from China to the U.S., right? And you guys live in the same neighborhood. So essentially, you guys pool money together, and so you guys keep putting money into this pool, and you guys develop a business, which is usually like a Chinese restaurant, a nail salon, a hair salon, like, you know what I mean, like a beauty supply store.
I see what you're doing here.
Like, they have these, and so once they get that business, the only people who work in that business are the people within that family. And with that money, everybody keeps putting into this pot until they get enough money to buy another business. And then it just keeps going until everybody has their own business, and then they do the same thing for their kids, and it just keeps going. You know what I mean? But
Right,
the
right.
goal, the only way that works is even after you get yours, you still keep putting money into the pot. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and to be honest with you, bro, that's how they're for generations. Their communities and their, you know, they've been developed and like financially have been all right. Especially Jewish people, bro. Like, I'm sure you ever heard of Earn Your Leisure?
No.
Yeah, that's shout
Shout
out
out
shout out Earn Your Leisure, bro.
I'll watch a good bit of Earn Your
Yeah,
Leisure.
bro. I need to watch more of it and
I be
actually sit
listening
down
to
and
that.
study.
I be listening in the shower.
Yeah,
all
bro.
that shit,
They be shout out to y'all, bro. Y'all doing y'all thing, man. For real. But homeboy, I forgot his name, the one with the glasses on Earn Your Leisure, the dude with the glasses.
Honestly, I don't recall either of their name.
Fair enough. But all right, one of them, he was telling a story how a guy he met came up to him and was like, yo, some dude one day, a Jewish guy came up to him one day and told him, like, yo, you see this dollar right here? I think it was like $100 bill or some shit. Like, you see this right here? This will, I think he said some shit like, yo, this will never touch your community. And he was like, he kind of took it as like a, what? Like, what was that supposed to mean? You know what I mean? And it was like, yo, this will be spent like 10 times like in our community before it goes anywhere else. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, your guys, like essentially black people, like we get money and we'll probably spend it in 2 seconds. I don't even like, I'm not wording it the right way, but it's like essentially we get money and we spend it completely elsewhere. Like we don't divert it right back into our like own system, like our own people. You know what I mean? Like we don't funnel it through like essentially like a black-owned business, or
Yep.
we don't keep that dollar rotating in between us. Whereas like the Jewish dollar, like the Jewish people, they spend their money only within their people.
That's
Like,
the thing, they fuck with each other.
yeah,
They don't have this separation.
exactly. So like their money is only circulated within their like communities.
That's how they fucking grow.
Yeah, bro, and it's they've been doing it for fucking centuries. Like,
Right.
let's keep it a buck. Jewish people run the world. Like, I mean, I say that, but like
That was
on
wild.
the bro,
That was loud.
on the like, bro, in the financial world,
Yo, remember Kanye got canceled.
He
for
wasn't
crazy
lying.
shit.
bro, he wasn't wrong. But
I
like,
never
he
said
just
you were.
words his shit like shit. Like he was really horrible at wording some things, bro. And you know, I don't agree with
They
people
can't
getting
deny
murdered.
it.
Yeah,
They
but
can't
they
get
bro,
mad
they
about
own
it.
a lot of stuff, bro.
You
They
can't get
own
mad about
They
it,
own a lot
motherfuckers.
of stuff, man.
Bro.
They just do.
A lot
I mean,
of influence.
the Rothschilds own damn near all the U.S. like all the Federal Reserves and everyone's money, bro. What are they? Jewish.
Like let's get real.
The music executives, movie executives, all of those big house companies, they're owned by a Jewish
All the
person.
fucking signs and
Yeah, bro. Like
Goldbergs
it's not
and
like
this
that's not
bird,
doesn't mean
nigga.
I'm racist at any. I'm not anti-Semitic in the slightest.
All
Like
them niggas got the money.
I got shout out to my Jewish friends. You always need Jewish people in your circle. Respect.
Yeah,
bro.
we ain't talking shit. We just speaking what
Nah,
it
it's
is,
facts,
Y'all
bro.
can't-
Like,
y'all
they-
can't get mad at what
It's
it is.
history,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Like they own
Straight
a
up.
lot of shit, and I ain't even mad at it. Like
Straight up.
they be motherfuckers to the punch.
Motherfuckers need to follow suit, motherfucker.
But they've always, I mean, history will speak for itself. They've always kept their shit within either within their families or within their community.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why their shit is, that's why their communities essentially are, bro, you,
So
one of you,
strong.
respectfully, and if I'm ignorant for this, have you ever met a broke Jew, like a Hasidic Jew? Have you ever met like a broke Hasidic Jew?
Not in my lifetime.
That I've never have. Like they're not like crazy rich, but you don't ever see them like struggling. Like I've never seen like, bro, all the Hasidic Jews growing up in New York and Brooklyn, they've all lived in like nice houses, like nice apartments. Granted, they all dress the same because they have like a standard kind of like dress code.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the yarmulkes, you know, they got the fur coats.
My boy
Sometimes-
sometimes fur coats.
Bro, sometimes they got like these fur hats and like, you know, the curls. Like they have like a standard dress code and they're sharp. Like they, you know, kind of dressed up, like, you know, black dress shirt, slacks and all of that. But bro, they're known for having money, bro. Like let's keep it a buck here, bro. Like Israelis too, man. I know Israelis that get money, bro. Like, and they don't fuck around, bro. Like they're about their business, dude. Like, I don't know. They know what they doing. That's all I'm gonna say. They know what they doing.
Bro, it comes back to community. They've learned that coming together, they can get a lot more done.
For sure.
And there's been, I mean, in certain cultures, there's been this disconnect of that kind of, I think it's like a simple fact. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Don't get triggered. It's the truth.
like look at, like this is very simple to me. Like coming together. I have this. If you come in and add more, you come in and add more, I think we're gonna raise up a little bit.
Quite
You know what I'm
literally.
saying? And
Quite
if
literally.
we keep this cycle going, we're just gonna keep raising up. We might have some more people want to come in, start putting into the pot, and we keep all this between one another. I don't see why, and I'm gonna speak for our culture. I don't see why that's so hard. And I think the minds of the people have been warped in such a way and have been programmed in such a way. And,
history.
and a lot of motherfuckers can't break out of that, man. Like there's
a lot of deep rooted shit though. There's a lot of deep rooted like self-hatred with like, and not even just
a lot of it's intentional.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things that were designed for us to have the mindsets that we have now. Like
designed for us to fucking fail. To
bro.
not come together, to not do the things that, you know, I said it like it was simple, but obviously it's not. But just things like that, you know, not come together, be at odds with one another, use a system against one another. Instead of coming together, motherfuckers will run to a system against their own brother.
Bro, you gotta think.
You know what I'm saying?
Think about how deep it goes though, because bro, like you go all the way back to like slavery, and then even like, you know, when like apartheid. It started with apartheid. Like you had Africans selling Africans, you know what I mean, to Europeans for money. That's where the self-hatred started. Like, let's call it like it's business, cool, but you're selling your own people for money.
Mm-hmm.
That's where one started, in my opinion.
Some of the fucking biggest kingdoms were
bro.
from that. That
exactly.
was the currency.
You know, one movie that the Queen of what is it? Woman King.
Yeah.
That movie did a great job of touching on that. Like, yo, like Africans, a lot of Africans in history participated in the slave trade as well. Like, it's fucked up, but it was a business. It's fucked up as it sounds, you know, and it was just
one of the oldest
It
businesses.
really is, bro, and it's fucked up. You know that, just the more melanated you were, you just kind of got the short end of the stick with that. But also look about like when slavery was a thing, like like slavery, like like as we like modern, like like cotton picking slavery and that shit. They had like what mandingos are and shit, right? Like, like they used to have these motherfuckers beating each other's ass for freedom. Like, yo, whoever wins, you live. So it was like they from the jump, like the mindset instilled was like killer. You know what I mean? Fight or flight, like compete. Killer be killed. Yeah, like it was never worked together. It was always like, yo, I gotta beat this person, or else, you know what I mean? Like I can't win unless this person's behind me. So it was like a mental thing. Also, this might be a sore topic, but also religion. We've been easily fear has controlled the black community for a very long time, bro, and it's definitely been heavily rooted through religion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I will say that.
And with that fear and hope, this hope that this magical motherfucker is gonna come and save us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
like,
just,
what you waiting on? I don't know what motherfuckers are waiting on.
Yeah.
If you ain't moving, you ain't gonna move nowhere. Ain't nobody coming to save us.
Nobody.
We need to come together and save our motherfucking
Save ourselves, bro. Let's work together.
Bro. Ain't nobody coming to save us.
And also the whole us wanting reparations. Bro, we ain't getting that shit. Like,
my thing is,
they're not giving that to us, bro. Like, come on.
We need to stop wanting others to give us things.
Agreed.
Like, if it's not given, like, fuck you. Let's go create our own way.
Yeah.
Stop waiting on people to give you shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real, man.
Especially motherfuckers that just hate us.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, bro, no, they're not fucking with that. But yeah, anyways, that was that. It's crazy though to see how like those communities do work together to like get those funds up like that. It's pretty cool.
And you can't deny that, certain communities are targeted to separate from one another, and there's a lot of resources put into keeping that separation.
Yeah. To
Whether
this day,
it's physical
still
or psychological, visual, all that shit comes into play.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? When someone can mold your mind into what someone else is, so when you see that person, you think of what you've been programmed to think instead of what they are. It's fucked up.
It kind of makes you think about war a little bit too. Like, you're programmed, like soldiers are programmed to think that the other person's like an enemy. But realistically, that person is also just protecting what's theirs. Depends on the circumstances, though. There are very, radicalistic groups that are like just trying to fuck people up for their own cause. But just for like, there are times, like for instance, people who join the military here. I guess everybody has their own specific purpose of why they do join.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you are trained to believe that like the person we're going to defend our country from is an enemy, and that person is as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. At the end of the day, they're all human. We're all human. You know what I mean? Like, if you felt like somebody was threatening your land or like your family's life, you would want to protect them too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I look at it.
But you realize you realize what the
now when you kill niggas for no
class
reason,
that they kind of gear the military towards, they gear it towards another thing, giving you things. Which I'm gonna tell you, if someone is just trying to give you things, like think twice about taking it. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds too good to be true,
it is.
We're gonna pay for your college, you're gonna see the world and all this, like. They pretty much attract people that really don't have much that need this as an option. You know what I'm saying? The people that come from circumstances where they need something from someone in order to get to the next step. You know what I'm saying? So, people that are well off, of course, some people well off kids are in there, but there's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's mostly your average everyday people in the military, just in there so they can get a degree or whatever they were promised. You know what I'm saying? So, they gear that towards the class that they deem as lower class.
Yeah.
So you can go over there and fucking get your ass blown up or whatever that they're trying to fucking
their
essentially
agenda.
take
Yeah,
from somebody,
bro.
which is what they do.
Well, that's because that's an war is just a tricky subject. There's certain wars like we're not gonna we don't have to speak on today's events, but I just call peace for all around, on both sides. No,
yeah, man, it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. Leave the kids alone on all aspects. Leave the women alone.
But do you think it's gotten to a point where just the cycle of like violence and death
It's
has
at an
gone
all-time high?
It's gone on too long that there can be no like turning back or forgiveness.
Yeah,
because within war, there's constant new situations being created. Today it might be this kid sees his dad get killed, and then the next day it might be another kid. What I'm saying, all this shit's happening to different people. So you have all these different pieces.
Yeah.
So how does it ever fucking stop? How does it ever end? How do you not want
it's
to have revenge and things
agreed.
like that?
I was just talking to a couple of my homies about that. I think it's sad, but I think it's almost impossible because you can't there's so many different, like you said, there's so many different scenarios that unfold in those big ass scenarios. Like someone loses somebody, something happens to somebody. Like you know what I mean? Like no one's really walking out of war ever happy. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like it's all weird beef though too. You think
agreed.
about it, like
Agreed. But there's certain beefs like
certain countries get along with other countries, and then other countries don't get along with some countries, and it probably has to do with history. Those guys beat us up like a couple years ago or whatever the fuck, right? And it's just you're right. Like that's just never gonna be eradicated. Like it's a matter of like all of us being like, okay, we're just all gonna live happily ever after. But I don't think that's gonna ever happen, bro.
Yeah, I feel like it's always gonna be some kind of tension.
War is part of humanity until we blow ourselves up to like borderline
domination, just like power, bro. Power is always But yeah, I do agree though. I think there's certain wars that like respectfully regarding the situation now with Israel and Palestine, that shit is so deeply rooted. Like that beef. You know what I mean?
Deeper
like
than we fucking
that's
know.
deep completely. You know what I mean? Like that shit is so deep that it's just like those people, I think, will for all sadly, bro, I think they will always have beef. Like, how do you at this point? How do you even look at one another and be like, "Yo, can y'all be peaceful?" Like, what?
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, we ain't even trying to hear that. Like, it's on site, like with everybody. Like, and it's at that point, it's like, how do you? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't even. How do you tell somebody like how not to feel in the situation? You know what I mean? Like, how do you tell somebody that, bro? Because everybody, we're all human. We all have emotions. Like, and I'm sorry. Like, anybody will feel the way either side feels when it comes, like, when it's shit like this deep. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's not like it's a war for money, bro. That's like some real beef, like differences. And, I guess it came down to religion. I mean, I'm pretty sure that is what that whole thing stemmed from. I could be very wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it stemmed from.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I definitely don't think it's. I don't think it's money based. I don't think it's money based though, because like I don't know if either one of those two countries are super. I mean, I say that I don't even know how rich they are, but I don't know that beef though is definitely, I feel like, something that's super deep, though. Like, and something that probably will go on for a very long time, man, because it's just constant. That's just constant hate. Like, there's just nothing but turmoil there, bro. Like, little kids who seeing all of the shit going on between both, they gonna grow up with that anger. Like, nah.
But do you think it could possibly die with the generation, though?
You would hope, but it's just like it takes everybody to get on the same page of like, yo, what's for the greater good?
Yeah.
And like you would it sucks because us three could think that and want that, but 3 people out there could be like, ha, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not with that at all. And it's like, why? Because it's like, well, why not? And sometimes people just really, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys think there are evil people purposely placed on this earth? Like, how y'all feel about that? Like, do you think that everybody is good until turned bad, or you think that there are people who are purposely like
define good or bad?
I don't know. I believe in evil forces.
Like just to cause terror in the world, because they're like, I think everybody, as far as like in the word of sin, I think no one's perfect. Like everybody does technically bad things, and whoever's eyes, I don't know who's the one to define what's good and bad, but like. I think what evil is, like, people who want to, like, slaughter, like, annihilate a fucking race of people. Like, shit like that. Suffer. Like, people who just, like, serial killers who are like, I have no problem taking a human life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not for any purpose other than, hey.
But what makes us so godly to take other things' lives?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like animals.
Hey, fair. But, that's also one of those things where people said, like, yo, you shouldn't eat. If you won't hunt the animal, you shouldn't eat with them. Like, it's facts.
But it goes like this, like, who's to say we weren't supposed to consume these animals, and who's to say we're not? Like, where's that middle ground where the actual truth is?
Yeah, and who's also the one making that rule?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. That goes back to the fucking programming,
yeah,
bro.
like who's the like what standard is this? Like whose rule book of what is right and what is wrong? So you're right. I guess all ports here are right. You're not wrong at all. Like what is right, what is wrong? And it's funny you say it because I remember earlier we were talking about like when you were saying like you watch movies and sometimes you side with the villain. And I wanted to touch on that then. Was like, yo, how like sometimes is the villain really a villain?
That's the
You know what I mean? Like
I
love that.
That's a really crazy topic that I've always like kind of like danced around. And I don't really get to talk with a lot of people because people get weird.
Yeah,
but
it's open-minded conversations, man.
About villains.
About villains, yeah, because it's kind of like wrong to root for the bad guy.
But is it?
But I've made a couple of examples before where it's like, is it though? Like, did they really mean like was that really bad? Like, look at Bane. Bane, like when he like closed the city and got all crazy and was like, nah, let him figure it out. Like, was that really that bad? Was that really that evil?
Subjective, yeah. Like it was.
He was like, we're gonna go back to living like animals, basically. You know what I mean? And I think it was kind of cool to see what would happen if you just let city go chaotic.
Yeah.
And this is where I think like the rules come into play. You got to follow these rules and you got to be a good monkey, or else society cannot function the way it functions now. Because if you find out that nothing fucking matters, why the fuck would you go to work?
Straight up.
Yeah, because society is meant to go by this program. It's meant to go by this program, and if it doesn't go by this program that we've designed for you, it's chaotic.
But the people who designed the program don't even follow their own protocols.
Exactly. They have you follow that shit.
That's crazy. It's such an interesting thing. Like I've always thought about that too. Like, yo, why does the bad guy always seem like deemed a bad guy? Like in the movie The Joker, like that dude got treated like a complete garbage dump, bro. Like society shitted on him, bro. Like,
every day.
Completely shitted on him.
That dude got shitted on.
Like, bro,
and it's like he said,
enough is enough, bro. Like enough is enough. People really snap, bro. Bro, because people are shitty, dog. Like people really be shitty humans out here, bro. Like
how many of us haven't gotten close to snapping?
Son, work in the service industry and you'll definitely cross that bridge. Trust me.
Every day I walk into work, I'm like, damn, bro, like God, this is a godless place.
Oh shit,
this is a godless place. The way like people talk to you, the way people treat you, like it's like weird, bro. Going from like owning my business, showing up to clients' houses and having like that, this is my company and I'm here to help you out service versus like, hey, I'm the help service. People view you completely different. And the fucked up part, bro, is it doesn't even have to do with race, bro. Like it's like, granted, some white people can be shitty, but it like translates throughout the board of humans. It's not a color. It's humans can be shitty as fuck. Yeah. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it has to do with maybe they didn't follow the right rules growing up. Maybe they weren't shown the right rules growing up.
A lot of internal
but,
shit.
Dude, it's like, why do you treat people that like are just trying to like have you enjoy a dining experience
like shit?
Like shit. It just doesn't make sense, bro.
Why even go leave your house to go be some like why? I never understood like working in the restaurant industry, like those assholes who just be an asshole. Like, why are you here? Like, you could easily order like a to-go meal, motherfucker. Like,
100%.
And sit your ass in your house and be miserable, bro. Like, why? But misery loves company, though, bro.
Go be miserable at your crib, but nah, man.
Yeah, exactly. Misery loves company, bro.
Like,
people who are angry and miserable, bro. They like to see. Misery loves company, bro. It likes to see people there too, because then it validates how you feel.
100%.
See, bro, this is why I've never had a food service job, because I wouldn't.
You would have snapped.
I would not,
bro. It low key builds humility, though, bro. Like
I can see the benefits of it.
Not even low key, high key. It builds humility, bro.
I could definitely see the benefits.
And I ain't even gonna hold you. And this is not even like no like tooting thing, but it ain't for the faint-hearted. Like, on some
no.
real shit.
No.
Like,
Thick skin.
that
I've seen
shit you
people
need,
cry, bro.
Yo.
I've seen grown men and grown women cry.
Straight
Oh,
up. No bullshit,
Yeah,
bro.
Sweat
People
fucking
are fucking
Breakdown.
brutal, son.
break down, bro.
Yeah.
Because I think for the most part, I've seen men
before.
cry out of frustration
Yeah.
from like fucking people trying them. You know,
Yeah.
like guests trying them, and like you can't do anything because like you're
The
at work.
customers always
And
right.
if you
Bullshit.
if you say anything
Yes.
back to them, you could lose your job. So you just have to sit there and be like, "Yes, sir, I am a dumbass. I will go get my manager for you."
I've had some
You know what I mean? Like,
experiences. Bro.
Just shit like that where I'm like, "Damn, bro, like, yeah, that's fucked." That dude just
Dude.
kind of spat in your face, and you had to take it and go tell your manager to come bail you out.
Now, if you work at a really good establishment, the manager don't fuck with it. Like, the manager's like,
Yeah,
nah,
they'll
if
kick
somebody's just like insulting you, you have by all means the right to speak up and stand up for yourself, and then we'll deal with them accordingly. But because, bro, there's some people, bro, like they take shit to a whole nother level, bro. And subliminals.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, hell yeah. I got several
He's
for
like,
days. I'm sure George
actually,
does
yeah.
too. Like,
Dude, for
bro,
days, bro.
I'll give you several. And like he said, there's no color to it, right?
No
Uh-huh.
color,
I'll give
bro.
you several examples, bro. So one, I'll start with this old couple, bro. Like super old. Like the wife almost damn near had like Parkinson's. Like she used to shake a lot, bro. She was this old couple. They were super nice to me, but I couldn't tell if it was like fake because, bro, one day they true colors, like they whole mask came off, and bro, it was like, whoa. So it was like during the whole Colin Kaepernick like situation where he was doing the knees and all of that, bruh. And his girlfriend at the time was like Nessa Nitty, just like MTV chick. This old couple, bro, super old. They go, yo, they ask me a question. They go, hey, let me ask you something. I'm like, well, so I already knew where they was going. They're like, what's your take on this whole Colin Kaepernick thing? Like, I was like, what about it? They're like, do you agree with it? I was like, this was like one of those situations where, because they usually
tell the white people?
Yeah, they usually tell you at like at jobs like this, like avoid shit like this. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because they're trying you.
Yeah,
bro.
and so I was just like, I've had several ignorant ass situations though, so this was one of them. So they go, what do you think about this? Like, what's your take on it? Do you agree with it? I was like, I agree with what he's trying to say. I was like, I think the problem is everybody's so focused on the actual physical act of what he's doing and not the whole purpose behind what he's doing, and that's the actual problem. And they were just like, oh, fuck that. They were like, him and his, they were like, him and his Muslim terrorist girlfriend. I was just like, whoa. Like, whoa.
They opened with that?
Son, I was like,
that was the opening line.
bro, I was just like, okay. Like, I was just like, you know what? Hey, man, to each his own. You entitled to your own opinion, but I'm going to go this way. Like, I was just like, bro, y'all people used to smile in my face every day. Like, now I know how you really feel. I was just like, holy shit. He's like, yo, it's a spit in the face to our veterans. I'm like, but how though? Like, you guys like,
it wasn't at all.
It wasn't at all. I was like, and not only that, bro, but like the hypocrisy that comes through in this country when people pick and choose when they want to play the Patriot card is fucking bananas, dog. Like, there are so many poor and like homeless veterans that are on the street that those same motherfuckers who pick and choose when they want to be patriotic and shit, who have money, will look at those same homeless vets and talk the most shit about them, bro. How they ain't shit. They don't work hard, but it's like, yo, bro, these are the same people you praising, like you're like, you know what I mean?
You're
like,
triggered about.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, bro, you got like make it make sense, dude. Like, this is the one place I don't understand, like how you could have soldiers who completely go put their life on the line, come back fucked up. Sometimes before they even get deployed, because the shit they go through at fucking training is so damn fucking catastrophic that when they come here, we ain't even got shit for them. The military, I feel like the military is the one place, bro, that unless you go to the medical route or you like did shit like that, like how many soldiers come home and don't have a job? Like, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm a great shooter, but it's like, what else could, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what I'm good at. But then a lot of them, respectfully, sometimes are so like messed up in the head that they can't even like probably function to do certain things, bro.
So yeah, because I work with a lot of those guys. A lot of those guys end up like doing what I do.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Bro, weirdly enough, bro. So I was like, I don't really know military people, but then I forgot. My mentor, his business partners, he's an older gentleman. He's retired and shit, but he was in the military for a while. And apparently, like, this is just like bits and pieces that like he's allowed to tell me, or like he's allowed to let
shit,
me know, I guess, or not even allowed. Like he's just like slipped in here and there because it's never been like anything crazy or anything. But like my mentor was like, oh yeah, you know, Steve. His name is Steve. He's like. He's a fucking. Which shout out to him. He's about to fucking launch a book, bro. Crazy dude.
Oh, dope.
Oh, shout out to Steve, man.
Yeah,
Much success, brother.
Steve's a man,
Shout
bro.
out Steve,
I fucking
man.
love Steve. Steve is like one of my favorite fucking human beings, bro. I swear to fucking God, bro. So my boy fucking Steve was in the military, and he said it's crazy because this is kind of one of the first times I was really exposed to this. Is that he said he got out of the Vietnam War, right? He was part of the Vietnam War, and like he saw some crazy shit. Like he's like, dude, we used to stack bodies up and shit, like use them like fences, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like some of the stories that he has told me, I've been like, that's fuck. He was an 18-year-old jit, by the way.
So like, bro, you're a kid.
19-year-old
Your mind
jit
not even developed.
in the middle of the fucking jungle, don't even know how to wipe your own ass yet as a fucking adult, and then we're like, yeah, just go be fucking a crazy warrior out there in the jungle.
Bro. We had no business over there.
So, anyways, my man, you know, did his time in the military and whatnot, and he got out. And I guess all this is also like, this is all his story, bro. And I thought it was wild as fuck. He was sending money back to his rents all the time, right? To like his parents, just sending money back just to, you know, make sure everything's all right, blah, 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 blah. And he assumed that his parents were saving all this money. Like, and, you know, like, for when he comes back. Turns out he comes back, he was like, yeah, like, you know, can I get some of that bread that I've been saving, you know, sending back home? They're like, yeah, we don't got it. And he was like, yo, what? Yeah, we didn't think you were going to come back.
Wow.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Bro, crazy.
That's a crazy thing to even say to your child. Like, yo, we were probably thinking you were going to die, bro. So we just went ahead and spent it. Like, what? That's real, but that's like...
That is real.
Apparently, like, this is not my story. Like, this is his story, and he's telling me and shit. And then, so he got out of the fucking military and was trying to look for a job. And from his fucking words, he had a hard time finding a job and, like, acclimating to a non-military life because all he knew how to do was kill people.
Bro, I'm telling you, dude, it's a
so
real
this
thing.
man, hold up. It gets fucking crazier. My boy fucking Steve put out like I can't even remember the details of it, but like essentially he was trying to work for like a cartel or like as a mercenary. Like he was calling like people up, like I think like even what are they called, bro? Consulates or like what the like for like when you're in another country.
Like an ambassador?
Embassies. There you go. He was like trying to call embassies up for like protection, like work. Yeah. Like, hey, I'll work. Like I got like fucking all this experience, blah, 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 and they weren't even taking him in. So he started to like look for like mercenary and cartel jobs, bro, because all he knew how to do was kill people. And then like this is part of his book, which is kind of crazy. Like he just goes on to this whole fucking side quest, basically working for a cartel at one point in his life. And I think he was like running some drugs or some shit. I don't know, bro. Crazy fucking story, bro. And my boy Steve is like the chillest person I've ever met, bro. Apparently he has his own troubles from the military, but I just thought it was wild as fuck to think that like I think he said he was like in his 20s by the time he got out, and
nothing,
bro. Like
it's crazy.
No fucking nothing else except I know how to kill people. I know how to mow people down. Was actually his terms, but
that was his life.
That was it, bro. That's all he knew.
Consumed in
yeah.
But to go back to answer your other, you know, the initial question as far as like the experience with like shitty people. Mm-hmm. So another one, this chick was black, and this one hurt, bro. This one hurt.
Not from our people, bro.
Straight up,
it always
to the heart,
bro.
It always hits the worst with them, bro.
In some like maybe reverse racism, like I definitely feel like the white people, I'm like,
you expect it, right?
Yeah.
It's fucked up, but you expect it.
I'm like, wow.
You expect it. It's like, all right, motherfucker.
I knew you were going to say that.
You know, exactly.
I could tell from the moment we sat down.
You were.
Yeah. And then, but when it's like,
it's like, damn.
Minorities, bro, that like they act some type of way.
It's like, yo.
Wow, bro, we've lost. It's a godless place.
Yeah, bro.
It's a godless place, bro.
And so my experience with this, I was working at California Pizza Kitchen. I was working the counter, right? This young teenage black chick walks in, and she's on the phone, which is already kind of rude. Like, you know what I mean? If you're going to talk to somebody else at a counter, don't be on the phone, bro. You know what I mean? So I didn't trip on it. You know what I mean? She came up to the counter, and she's on the phone talking to somebody, whoever the fuck. And she goes, yeah, I'm picking up an order for so-and-so. And I'm just like, okay. So like not like just rude, just like talking like yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like okay, I'm like what I mean, whatever. Like yeah, get your shit, fuck out of here, like type shit. So then I put the piece on the counter, bro, and she's like her body language and the way she's still just on this engaged in this conversation, and I could tell that by the way she's like positioning her body, she's about to like take the food and just keep pushing. And so she attempts to do that. Like, she grabs it, and I'm like, wait, hold up. Like, you gotta pay for that.
Food.
Like, and she's like, what? I'm like, you gotta pay for that. She's like, nah, it's already been paid for. I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? And she's like, yo, check. Like, it's already been paid for. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, pay for about who? Like, what do you mean? Like,
who paid for this?
She's like, my company has a card. Like, she's like, we got a credit card on file. Like, it was already paid for. I'm like,
what company?
Credit card on file? Like, we don't keep no cards on file, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and she's just like, yo, like, I don't know, figure it out. And I'm like, yo, not for nothing. You being really rude right now. And I'm like, trying to help you out. And she's like, who's being rude? Like, started going ham, son. And like, I was just like, yo. And then she threatened me. Straight up threatened me. Like, yo, word is bond, son. Like, I want to go get my manager because I'm like, yo, bro, you going to have to talk to this chick because I'm about to, like, really snap on her, bro. She's being mad disrespectful for no reason. Like, yo, I was like, yo, do we keep credit, like, companies' cars on file here? And, like, whenever they get food, we just know to, like, check it out through that? She's like, nope.
No.
I was like, so what the fuck is this girl talking about then? He's like, what? Like, so then he goes to talk to her, and she's going off on him, like, yo, he was being mad rude, like, telling me, like, I'm like, yo, bro, I told you had to pay for your food, and you sitting here snapping, like, yo, should be paid for already. Like, I don't know, figure it out. Like, I should know who paid. I'm like, who? Like,
you should know me.
I'm like, yo, you're not even.
Do you know who my daddy is?
You're not even telling me who you are, where you work. Like, I'm just supposed to know all of this shit. Like, and you sitting here like coming at me crazy. Like, I'm not trying to help you now. Like, fuck you. But you got to pay for this though. Like, and
what
so
if she was a scammer?
No, her company called. Her company called, but they didn't give
pay
it, like,
for it.
yeah, they didn't give us the information. She was supposed to let them know when she got there, hey, call them so like she can give them that, like they can give us the credit card information.
Oh my god.
So my boss walks up to the front and is like, hey, like, how can we help you? And she starts tweaking or whatever. And I'm like laughing. I'm like, yo, she's trying to be tough and shit. I'm like, bro, get this chick the fuck out of here, bro. Like, she's causing all this scene for nothing, bro. Like, so then he's trying to help her, and she's just like being mad uncooperative. And then she asks him, what's his name? Like, yo, what's that kid's name? Like, what's my name? And he goes, Tsunami. I'm like, first off, you dumbass, why would you ever give somebody my name if they asking for you for that? You know what I mean? Like, as a manager, you just put my life in danger, respectfully, no matter what the cost is. So then she goes, all right, Tsunami, I got your name. Like, I know where you work. I'll see you around, big boy. I was like, yo.
That's wild.
I went up to him. I was like, yo, give me the company that she works with and let me know her name right now. I was like, yeah, you ain't about to play that game with me. Like, you going to threaten me? Cool. That ass, yo, this chick, bro. Luckily, I know everybody. Like, I got people tapped in everywhere. This chick went on her Snapchat, bro, and was like, yo, whoever knows this kid Tsunami, give me whatever information you have on
No
him.
way.
I'll pay you. Let's try to put a contract on my head.
This is psychotic.
Yo, try to put a whole she's trying to put a number on my head. Yo, one of my little mans hit me up, son, and was like, yo, Sue, this chick, like, yo, you know this girl, bro? Like, she's asking for, like, bro, I don't even, like, this kid who hit me up that has added me on Snapchat, I knew who he was. I was like, all right, I'll add you. And he was like, yo, bro, I gotta show you this. Like, this girl, her name, she posting this shit, like, you know her? I was like, nah. I was like, yo, who is she though? Like, I know what happened though, but who is she? Give me everything you know about her, where's she from, where her family from, all of it. And he was just like, all right. He's like, yo, her name is this. She goes here. Her family's from here. I was just like, noted. Yo, told my boss her name. They called that off. They called her office, gave them the name, and they dealt with that shit. She was banned from that whole plaza forever. But like,
no way.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
But like, I was just waiting for her. Like, I was waiting for her to just like try some shit though, because I was just like, shorty, I know your whole name. I know what school you went to. I know where you work. All you got is just my name. You know what I mean? Like, all you got is just my name. You don't know nothing about me, but I know everything about you. And she didn't even know I had to drop on her like that. But they could have went there. They could have went there.
See, gentlemen, this is the type of bitch that you avoid.
Completely, bro.
This is the type of bitch that will get you killed out in the streets because this bitch don't know how to act.
Straight up, bro. All because she was just being rude, bro.
She has no guidance at all.
No guidance.
chick with guidance is not gonna be getting loud.
That
like,
was such an HR way
especially getting loud with a man. Like
of saying she has daddy.
Bro,
having the
quite literally, bro.
I said that was such an HR way of saying she's got daddy issues. No
What did I say?
guidance.
Oh, that bitch ain't got no guidance. at all.
She was fucked up, bro.
That path is not straight. That path is all over the place. This bitch is lost.
Dude, I was so upset, bro. Dog, I was so upset.
I tell her to shut the fuck up.
Cause I was just like, yo, what are you like? Why are you acting like this right now? Like dead ass. I was like, bro, you acting crazy for no reason. Like,
cause she act like that in her everyday life.
100%, bro.
Allow her to wild out,
son.
Like that.
I was hurt, bro, because I was like, for me, I wasn't even mad that she. I wasn't even mad that she threatened me. I didn't give a fuck about that. I was like, bro, you don't want to. I'm not worried about that. But I was just like, bro, you just proved so many like stereotypical points right to this fucking public ass place and all the people here who just saw this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just look so fucking ignorant and arrogant doing that shit, bro. Sure. Like, and I was just like, for nothing. Like, over pizza, you wasn't even paying for it,
bro.
Dog.
She was already getting a free meal.
Your company was paying for it, and you was just being a rude ass fucking individual, son.
Maybe that's why she felt some type of way.
And I'll add on to that. You can't make this type of bitch happy. This bitch had a free meal
bro.
And still cause problems.
Trying to hurt you.
Shit was bananas, yo. But I've had some wild ass experience with some like real shitty people in this world, bro. Like I had another instance too, where it was like right when like Trump like became a president. You know what I mean? And like there was like arrogance was at an all time high with like, you know, racist white Americans. Like not
white people.
Lifted truck.
These Trump supporters who they don't get down with a lot of his other, you know, they don't really fuck with a lot of his other morals. Strictly with the business aspect of what he does. It's like, yeah, yo, that nigga's helped me save a lot of money, bro. I fuck with him. But, like there's some who strictly fuck with him because of like some of the agendas he was pushing. Right. You know what I mean? And there was just one day this like dumb motherfucker, bro. Like
dumb motherfucker.
Straight up, bro. Like I was just so dumbfounded by the question he asked me. Like I was waiting this couple's table, right? And then this dude, probably like mid-40s, scraggly looking motherfucker, bro, pulls up. Like, you know, like respectfully, like shout out to mechanics. I ain't got nothing against mechanics, but you know, like those scraggly looking motherfuckers who just be having like their hair all over the place, like glasses, hands all dirty, smelling like metal and like tobacco and
smelling
shit.
like patchouli.
Yeah, bro. Nah, patchouli smell good, bro. They just smell like patchouli, bro. Good? But I like patchouli. I do. Patchouli's good, bro.
Absolutely.
Patchouli's all right. We'll talk about that.
Carry on.
Anyways, but so this dude sits down, bro, and I guess they just started talking about politics or some shit. I'm minding my business, just waiting on the table, right? Homeboy deadass looks at me and goes, "Yo, how would you feel? Like, would you be upset if I told you I voted for Trump?" I like looked at this nigga. I was just like, I don't care. Like, I was like, what? Like, I was just like, what response were you expecting me to say that? And first of all, how are you that arrogant to eat just because of my skin tone? You gonna ask me that dumbass question? Like,
absolutely.
I was like, what if I was to turn around and be like, hell yeah, that's my dog, yo. Like, you would have felt stupid.
I voted for him too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have felt so stupid because you were just so ignorant to think just because of my skin tone. Like,
absolutely.
I didn't follow. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I didn't, but it was just like, yo, you're like, what type of dumbass person would just be like, yo, so like, would you be mad if I like told you about this? Like, I don't even know you. Like, I don't give a fuck. You about to walk out of here and I will never see you again, bro. Like, it's just the stupid shit people do to like try to trigger you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
they
like,
know that you're in this weird position where like you can't actually say any weird shit back, or like by weird mean like how you actually maybe feel about it, and be or like, dude, it's crazy, bro. But people put you in weird situations, man.
But I love when you can flip that on their head.
Yeah,
like when you can just totally flip it on them and make them actually give them something that's gonna stick with them when they leave your presence. Like, you dumb motherfucker, you need to think about your conduct. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you come into contact with those type of people, you have the duty to bring them back down to earth.
Bro, I swear to you, bro, if restaurant workers were allowed to actually
wear GoPros,
bro, or just speak how they really fucking felt to like customers, there would be a lot of like, there'll be a lot less of that shit, bro.
For sure.
People will get humbled. I swear to you, bro.
They will get humbled.
A lot of people just haven't been told no, bro.
Straight up.
Yeah,
a lot of people just not have been told no,
especially in the restaurant industry, because once you start like showing any lip, sometimes, because I've had both types of managements where they're like super supportive and they're like, hey man, like you weren't in the wrong, that person was rude, like we're just gonna transfer that table to somebody else, so you don't have to deal with him, or whatever the case. Maybe even kick him out of the restaurant. But then there's ones that like they're like not supportive in you talking back to a customer ever. That they would rather you be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you feel this way. Let me go get a manager." You know what I mean? Like, and maybe they're cussing you out, or maybe they're saying some wild shit, but they would prefer you to be like, "Hey, like, I'm gonna go get a manager so you can speak to them about it," instead of defending yourself. It's wild, bro. This talk sparked a thought of, have you seen the new White Man Can't Jump with Jack Harlow?
Shit was trash.
No, and I just don't want to watch it.
It was trash, bro. Respectfully, but
the original holds such a place in my heart that I don't want to watch them fuck it up.
I completely agree with you, bro.
I can't
want to watch them fuck
I
it
can't
up.
believe you said that, because I mean, like,
have you seen the original?
I get it, bro. It's with Woody Harrelson. It's really good. I appreciate it, but I thought it was a good twist on the new age, and there was also like a couple things that I was like, damn, bro, like this is super relatable. For example, they're playing basketball at one point. He's like, "Yo, you gotta stop doing all that white shit." He's like, what are you talking about?" And like they give a little bit of examples. He's like, and then at the end, he's like, "Well," he's like, like, I give you props for not telling me like I speak well or whatever. Like, I can't remember how he words it. And then Jack Harlow's like, "Well, but like now that we're talking about it, like you do speak very articulate," and like that has happened throughout my whole fucking hospitality career, bro. And it fucking drives me insane, bro. And it's like always the fucking white people that, like, I don't know why people want to know where you're from. And I tell them, like, I'm originally from Mexico City. And so then it usually starts a fucking succession of questions like, why is your English so good? Oh, like,
oh my gosh,
dude.
Yo, ignorance is crazy,
insane,
son.
bro.
It's
insane,
crazy, bro.
Like literally insane.
Yo, also, you realize how fucking dumb people are, bro, working in the industry, bro. I swear to you, motherfuckers who have money, bro, you think they be the smartest, they are some dumb ass people.
You can't make it up, bro.
Like, there are some real stupid people, bro. Like, I swear to you, bro, because of my name, bro. Tsunami. Oh, where you from? Asia? Like, people will say the most outlandish shit. And I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And then they're like, whoa, really? And I'm just like, so where does the name Tsunami come from? Like, dude, my dad was a fucking... I like saying this because they're like, I feel like I hit them with it. They're like, Tsunami, that's such a different name. I'm like, yeah, it's unique. You know, I was like, nobody else got it. Like, Karen. Right? Karen. How many people got your name, Jim? Like,
well, bro, those people do not live in the world we live in, bro.
No, they're different generations.
It's a different reality, bro.
Completely
different reality. They're detached from a lot of like just the normal shit the average motherfucker goes through. They're totally detached from it.
True.
Because they live such a life of comfort, convenience, being sheltered, that they're just in this fucking bubble, and they choose not to break themselves out of it too.
I want to share with you guys a little story that I like, or a little comment that I made at work the other day, because this has happened to me several times to the point where I'm like, man, maybe something's wrong with my fucking face. But there's always you're gonna fucking find this at least funny, bro. So I work at a nice steakhouse, right? And it's pretty expensive, so people that tend to go there are, people with money, and they tend to be white, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's occasions where I promise you, bro, I don't know what it is, but some of these older folks look at me and they're just like in awe.
Oh,
like just
yes.
like
yes, bro.
And like, bro,
I've been there.
I don't know how to explain it to you people, but it's body language 100%. Where I've seen people in conversation, and then all of a sudden they look over and they're just like, and I swear in my head, I'm like, that's probably the tallest Mexican I've ever seen. It's what's going through their head. But then at work the other day as a joke, because like one of my coworkers caught one of these like older ladies just like staring at me. He's like, "What was up with that?" And I was like, "Dude, you want to hear my theory?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I can't tell if they're either like, wow, that guy's really tall. Like, I didn't know like people could get that tall. I don't know." Or option B, I didn't know they allow those in here anymore. Like, like I'm like, I didn't know they allow these guys in here. Like, this is a nice steakhouse. And I promise you, dude, I wish I could I could wear a GoPro, so then like I could go through footage and like just like, hey, look, she's doing it, and it's, dude, I promise you, it's like,
or you need to get one of those cams the police wear that they be fucking hiding.
Little fucking mini one, dude. Dude, I've thought about it so many times.
Do a total exposure campaign.
I'm telling you, bro, there's some shit,
dude. It's crazy.
Really experience and see some shit, bro.
Again, like jumping off the fucking Spanish topic. So I usually like walk around the restaurant, right? Just like do loops when I'm like not doing much, just like scope out the scenario. And I'm walking by this table, and this table's like, "Hey." So I go, "Hey." He goes, "Hey, do you happen to know who my server is?" And I go, "No." And then they go quiet, and they look. And then I'm like, okay. So then I just like after like a solid 15 seconds of like me looking at this dude, like hoping he was gonna say something else, I was like, all right. So then I walk away to go check who has this table, right? So I go check who has the table, and I come back to the table, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, your server's gonna be Erica. She is tied up at the moment. Is there anything I can get for you? And this motherfucker hits me with, oh, we just didn't know you spoke English.
Oh.
I responded with, hey.
I would have been like, yo, fuck you now,
and
son.
no. With perfect fucking English. And this dude was like, oh, we just didn't know you spoke English. Crazy enough, they complained that I was rude.
Wow.
Yo,
Swear.
the audacity.
Swear on my life.
Audacity.
You know what saved me? That 2 or 3 other servers were walking by when this dude said, oh, I didn't know you spoke English. Oh. So then, like, they, like, try to get, like, weird. And then my manager, which, like, this is, shout out to my boy Jake at work, bro. He actually was like, hey, well, there's a comment about my worker possibly not knowing English or, and like, yeah. And I guess they like toned down their attitude a little bit.
Because they got a taste of it. They're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I thought it was interesting, because, and it felt good too to have like my manager kind of like stick up for me and be like, yo, that was, you can't fucking say that.
Nah, that's important, bro. That's important, bro.
It makes you feel good, bro.
Because that's just acceptable, bro.
Unacceptable,
fuck,
bro.
Dude, like,
unacceptable. Because if I was white, he would have never said that.
Yeah,
you know
bro,
what I mean? Like never one of those words came out of his mouth. Like
you're
he would have
a
said
human
something
being,
else,
bro. Like that's unacceptable. Bro.
And I just laughed. I just laughed and like walked away. I was like, I said I speak perfect English and laughed and walked away.
That shit is like, I feel like sometimes all you can do is laugh, bro, because it's just like
because you can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
I'm shocked, like, yo, you're that like
you really just said that?
Like, yo, you really just said that to me. Like,
100%.
It just takes you back. Like, yo, I had a situation. I don't even know if I spoke about this here. A situation in my current office now. Like,
oh no way,
son. Yeah, bro. You know, fuck that. And she follow me on Instagram. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
But this coworker I have, I ain't gonna say her name because she knows who she is. But
we know who you are.
Yeah, this coworker I have one day, bro, and she's a Florida Naples born chick, born and raised, right?
She white.
Yep. Super rednecky. You know what I mean? Super rednecky. She has, even from when I first started to now, she's toned down after the situation with her and I happened.
That bitch hunt wild boars, nigga.
Yeah, all types of shit. But so she used to always try to be funny and like make these weird undertone racial jokes.
Nah.
Yeah. But it was like she would try to make it in a way that like it wouldn't even go over your fucking head, bro. Like you would catch it and just be like,
did you just say that?
And me and one of my other coworkers, she's Cuban, but she's also she's a white Cuban, you know what I mean? Like she's very white skinned, has red hair, but she catches the shit too and she don't fuck with it. Like and so me and her would always be like, yo, did you catch that shit? And she'd be like, hell yeah, yo. And I'm just like, okay. So it was like a couple of times, you feel me? Like shit was building up. I remember one day, deadass, bro, she came up to me, someone was like, yo, what up, my nigga? And I was just like,
I'm sorry
with me, right? Like, but I had just started at the company, so I was like, either you trying to test me, or like, but I was just like, I'm not gonna go off on you right now because I just walked in these fucking doors. Like, but I was tight, bro, because I was just like, yo, what? At what given point did you think that you was cool? Like, what did I give you the comfortability to walk up to me and say some shit like that? Like, dead ass, like, what's up, my nigga? Like, try to be funny with like on some Jackie Chan shit. Like, when he said it in Rush Hour, like, what's up, my nigga? Like, it's like, no, get the fuck out of here with that. Like, I was just like, okay. So I ate it. I ate that one. You feel me? I was like, all right, I'm gonna pocket that shit. I ain't gonna forget it. I'm gonna pocket it though. Like, I remember that. Like, straight up. For sure, bro. So I was like, all right. So then one day, bro, we said this. Mind you, this is like maybe 6 months into the company, right? I'm sitting there and she just randomly goes one day, yo, Tsunami, like, did I ever show you the ghost that I have in my house? I was like, nah. She's like, you want to see it? I was just like, nah, I'm cool. Like, I ain't really trying to see, like, spirit. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I ain't really trying. I ain't trying to
fuck with it.
Like, I'm cool. Like, I ain't really trying to see none of that shit, yo. And she goes, nah, like it's the boogeyman. Like me and my kids have a boogeyman in the house. I was just like, okay. She's like, I'll show you it. Son, she walks up to me and shows me a picture of this shit. You wanna know what a boogeyman was? It was like a statue like this head right here, maybe a little bit bigger. And it was just like it was a cigar ashtray, and it was a black faced like dog, like it was a black faced head, like painted black, super red lips, like you know what blackface is, right?
Yeah.
It was a black faced like ashtray.
Like
And I
used
like
to do in the cartoon.
son, yes,
Yeah.
bro,
Damn.
yes.
Yeah.
I looked at that shit. I looked at her, and I was like, "There's no way." Like my mind like twitched, nigga. I was just like, "There's." I looked at it again. I looked, and I was just like,
Have you lost your goddamn
quite
mind?
literally, bro. I was just like, "Yo, like, are you fucking with me right now, son? Like, did you just show this to me and think that this was okay?" And so I was like, two things crossed my mind: either you're dumb as fuck and you don't even realize what you just did, or two, you don't give a fuck what you just did and you're really trying to get a test out. So I was like, either one of these. So I was stuck though, bro, because I was like, yo, how do I process this? Like, I'm in an attorney's office and this racist ass shit just came across my face.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing.
Damn.
And I was like, how do I approach this? Because I was like, if I go to my boss with this and he says that there's nothing wrong with this, and he doesn't see the issue with this like I do, my nigga, I'm gonna have to bounce.
You gotta bounce, yeah.
I'm gonna have to just walk my ass right up out this door. Like, and at that time I was like, is this something I'm trying to do right now? Like, is this the road that I'm trying to walk down? Like, am I ready to get let down this quickly? Like, as soon as I, you know what I mean? Like, because my head attorney's white, you know what I mean? And then some of his views kind of lean towards their side.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, bro, if I show him this and he hits me with some like, what's the big deal? I'm a fucking loser. You know what I mean? So I was sitting there like after she showed me that shit, I sat on my desk like I was tight, bro. But I was processing this shit like, how do I go about this? So now I walked into the kitchen and her dumb ass walks up behind me, right? I had like skinny jeans on, and she goes, yo, those are so tight. Like, how could you breathe with them? I like looked at her and I was just like, in my head, I was like, yo, shorty, you got one more thing to say to me before I really go off on you, bro. So I just ignored her, dog, and like, like did like one of those and just kept it pushing. And then like I went to go throw out the trash and she held the door open for me and I just kept pushing, didn't say shit. Cause I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, how do I was like, yo, do I sweep this under the rug? But then I was like, my ancestors was like hitting me like, nigga, don't you dare. Like, don't you
speak up.
Like, don't you dare, bro. Like, don't you dare let this shit walk, bro. Cause then you setting the precedent of like, this shit is acceptable.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, bro, I can't let this shit slide. But how do I go about approaching this, yo? And so I go back upstairs and she walks past me and she says some shit and I just ignore her. And then she walks past me again and she goes, what's up? Like, your vibe is off. Like, what's going on? And I just like looked at her. I was just like, yo, you're like, I'm like, you're fucking with me. Like, you are fucking with me. Because you showed me that ignorant ass shit. And now you're like talking to me like you see something's wrong.
And you make the correlation.
You know what I mean? You know something exactly. Yeah. But like, you're sitting here fucking with me like, yo, something's off. What's up? Like, your energy's off. And I like looked at her and I was just like, the boogeyman? I was like, you have your kid, like, you tell your kid, like, you allow your kids to call that the boogeyman. So, like, this is exactly how this racist shit gets passed down, son. This is exactly how that shit gets passed down because of ignorant shit like that. And so, I looked at her, I was like, yo, the boogeyman? And I swear on my mother, bro, looked at me dead ass and goes, oh, that offended you? It's just a family heirloom, and walks off. I was like, well, that just gave me all the answers I needed of what that exactly was. It was like, the fact that y'all passing that down as an heirloom shows me what type of lineage you come from, bro.
Do you think that means that's been the boogeyman for years for them, bro?
Like that,
because if
that's what their family associates what the boogeyman is, yeah, because they feel inferior to us, bro. That's on them, bro. Like, and
that's fucked up for sure.
Dog,
white people are wild.
Dog, son, I was so baffled. I was like, but you know what? I ate it, bro. I was just like, you know what? I'm not in the business of taking food out of people's kids' mouth. So I didn't tell my boss. I was like, I'm gonna sweep this shit under the rug, bitch. Because even though she never said I'm sorry to this day, never apologized for it.
Damn, no way.
That was all she said to me was, oh, that offended you? Is
she older? Like,
oh, she's 32, 33.
Shut the fuck up.
Went to Gulf Coast, all of that. Like, She's like, yo, that offended you? It's just a family heirloom. Like, as if that, like, excused it and just cleared it, just walked off. I was like, yo, I was so stuck. Like, I was like, nigga, did that really just happen? Like, there's no way that just happened, bro. And like, I was like, I gotta talk to somebody about this. I'm like, I'm about to lose my shit in here, bro. So I pulled up my coworker, my homegirl, the Cuban one. I was like, yo, I gotta run this by you, bro, because I'm like tweaking right now. And I told her what happened. She looked at me and was like, yo, what the fuck? She's like, yo, she could lose her job right now. I was like, but I ain't trying to do that. I was like, that's not why I'm here. Like, I ain't trying to take food out of nobody's like kids' mouths. You feel me? Because I'm gonna feel bad. But that shit ain't cool, bro. And so
That bitch taking it out her own.
Straight up, bro. So then one day, my and she's a paralegal, mind you, bro. She's a paralegal.
Damn.
And mind you, so then the next like a week or two later, the other paralegal that works at our company, she's Italian, right? But she was the black sheep of her family. She was the only one she dated. She married a black man and got like disowned by her family. So she's, you know what I mean? She's like, bro, she's not with that racist shit. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck y'all. Like, cool. Y'all want to disown me? Cool. Peace, nigga. And so her kids are mixed. You know what I mean? And she don't fuck with that shit, bro. And she called me one day. Like, maybe 2 weeks after it happened, she called me one day. Because I ain't talked to no one about this except for my homegirl. Like, that was it. Because I was like, I didn't really, I didn't want to stir no shit up. Because I was new still. And so she called me, and she was the one who kind of like mothered me. Like, yo, you need anything, help with anything, like, call me and I'll always help you out. And she wasn't even living here. She was in Ohio. Like, she was working from Ohio. And she called me. She was just like talking to me about some work shit. And she was just, I knew where she was going because I felt it in her voice. She was just like, hey, are you in my speakerphone? I was like, no. She's like, you by yourself? I was like, yeah. She's like, I already knew where she was going. She's like, I want to talk to you about something that happened. And I was just like, all right. I was like, oh, so you know? And she's just like, yeah. She's like, first and foremost, I want to tell you I'm sorry. She's like, that shit was completely fucking unacceptable. Oof. She's like, that shit is not cool and we don't tolerate that shit here at all. She's like, I need you to know that first. She's like, so-and-so called me after the shit happened, the person who did it, called her and was like, hey, I think Tsunami's mad at me. This is when I knew ignorance is like, I'm gonna get it. So she calls her and she goes, hey, I think Tsunami's mad at me. And she's like, well, why? Because I showed him a picture and called it the boogeyman. And then after that, he said it offended him. She's like, well, what picture did you show him? And she sent her the picture via text, bro. She got the text message while they were on the phone. And she goes, are you fucking kidding me? She goes, that is so fucking offensive. She's like, if you was to send that to my kids, they would have flipped the fuck out on you, yo. She's like, that is not cool. And she was just like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know. And she was just like, yeah, like, that's very fucking offensive, bro. Like, that's a very racial, like,
yeah,
like a very racist thing. And she was just like, oh shit. Like, well, how do I come back from him? She was just like, leave him be. Like, if and when he's ready to talk to you, he'll talk to you, but leave that shit alone. Like, you did that, bro. But
do you think her mind was so warped that she was actually that oblivious?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the sad part though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But that goes to so many of the problems in this world, bro.
Absolutely.
So many people have that deep rooted shit. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is, bro, she's like, yo, I listen to hip hop. I listen to this. She went to school and like she's 32, bro. She's younger than you, my nigga, respectfully. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like she wasn't hip to like being around different races and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're taught after a while, bro. Like, you're taught shit, but after a certain while, you got to be old enough and mature enough and open minded enough to want to think for yourself.
No doubt.
But I don't know, man, because I talk about this at work too. Seeing like people that come in and they're wealthy, because there's people like, again, like it's an expensive steakhouse. So when you see people that are in there 3-4 fucking nights a week, like they're spending like $100 a head.
Yeah.
Fucking every time they go in there. And sometimes they go in with one person, like it's a couple, maybe it's a 4-top, a couple and their friends or whatever. And you're fucking giving out some fucking, good chunk of cash, so you're financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed this thing with probably, people that have been rich most of their life is that like they almost like lose sight of reality. But like they probably had money their whole life and no hasn't really been in something that they've heard. for like multiple things, you know, like I want to do this, cool, here's throw money at it, you know, this, boom, throw money at it, whatever.
Mhm.
So when they hear no or they hear anything that's abrasive towards whatever they're like saying, they fucking flip out. And they're like, nah, that's like unacceptable.
Yeah, bro. They don't
But
know
in reality, what they're doing is unacceptable. It's like, no, bro, like you're being weird right now. But they have no idea. Like they have no
Straight
idea.
up,
They're
bro.
so lost in like whatever their reality has been for so long
Mhm.
that the way they talk to you, the way they like even interact with you
Yeah.
tends to be different. And like, I mean, I'm just a food runner, bro, but I hear some of the stories from the servers. And this is why I can't serve. You know, people ask me like, why don't you try serving? Why don't like I've served before. I don't want to serve anymore because of that like ignorant ass shit that I'm just at a point in life where I just want like I'm like about to blow up.
Yeah.
And, like tell someone to go fuck themselves. You know what I mean? So how do I fucking deter that? By not working directly with the people. You know,
Yeah.
I work more with like the kitchen and the servers than I do with the people. I just bring you a plate of whatever the fuck you ordered, and I'm like, here, buy.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Quite literally.
Yeah, bro. But I've heard stories from even the servers that like, you know, I almost feel bad because some of these motherfuckers have been building relationships with these people for like 5-10 years.
Yeah.
And they're still like, yeah, like, you know, they're cool, but they like still talk to me like I'm the hell.
Mm.
You know, like, yeah, they're real cool, and you know, we've golfed a couple times, but you could tell that they always, you
They
know,
look less.
they
look
look
at me
down
like
on me.
they look
You know what
down
I
on me.
mean? Like, it's crazy to think
son.
that, bro.
It's
But
crazy.
yeah,
man, that shit was a wild situation for me, bro. Because I was like, I've never ever went through some shit like that. But you know, my paralegal, shout out Nicole. I love you, Nicole. You know what I mean? She straight up was like, Tsunami, you can't teach. She's like, you can't fix stupid, and you can't teach stupid.
yeah.
She's like,
You just
like,
got it. You know?
She's like,
Wise words.
and
Nicole.
like I like from that was like her finishing statement. She's like, baby, you can't fix stupid, and you can't teach it. Like,
If you got
I
it,
was
you
like,
got it, bro.
you
It's
ain't
not
wrong.
going anywhere.
She's like, don't ever let some shit like that like fuck you up. But shout out to her though, bro, because that like her doing that was like
it makes you feel good.
that shit was major, bro,
Yeah.
because
then you
she was, bro, if she essentially kind of saved it from my boss because she like spoke for the company. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if my boss would have had the same reaction as that if I would have went to him.
right.
And the reason why I say is because my office manager, her and I have had interesting conversations. She's a Jewish woman, and her and I have had interesting conversations about like race issues. And she agrees that like, you know, she'll talk about like how Jewish people went through all of this, you know, like Holocaust and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, but so black people went through slavery. And then like she's like, yeah. But then like later down the line, with like when you start talking in the political realm with shit and like beliefs, her beliefs are completely on the opposite side of what she just said a couple minutes ago. And I'm just like, what side do you really fall on?
How
you
does
know
that?
what I mean?
Yeah, how does that?
You know, like exactly. It's like, what side are you really falling on? You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's times when she says shit, I'm just like, oh, you're one of those. Like,
undercover.
Damn. Like yeah, like
Undercover.
I know how you really think.
Trying to be a sheep.
Straight up, like you're being PC with me right now because I'm your employee, but I know exactly how you really think. Like I know how you think. Or people could say just a little bit of shit and they'll say everything. Like
that's something
you know what I mean?
I've
Like,
told people too. Like it's like funny that they'll say one thing, but then if you pay attention enough to how they talk, they'll give you the real information
bro.
throughout other people's conversations. You might just be there. I don't know, fucking
A fly
making
on the wall,
photocopies, bro.
Fly on the wall, bro.
For sure, you're just a fly on the wall, and then all of a sudden, like, because I've been in those moments where I'm like,
you hear it and you're like, and you pocket it. You feel me? You just pocket that shit and you're like, okay, noted. Straight up, bro. Sometimes those are the best because it's like you don't even got to ask or search for it. It's like the shit.
They just show the true character.
I'm a big advocate of this. My girlfriend can stand to this. Bro. I always say when people show you who the fuck they are, you better believe it.
You better
straight up. You better believe it, bro.
Sure,
because it's not false, bro. Like
because you can't fake being yourself. You just can't. Like you can't fake being your
And I've also been a firm believer that people who are not meant to be in your life and people who are, you know, I think everyone's a season in someone's life, you know, and that's not a bad thing.
Everything has an expiration.
You know what I mean?
Date,
everything
bro.
has an expiration date, and not in a bad way. Because
you
can, and like you can be super close with somebody and then outgrow each other, but it's still love when y'all see each other.
100%.
Y'all just don't. Y'all time is not as fully occupied with each other as it once was.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not.
You're not meant to be synchronized in that moment. You know?
Exactly. And so, where was I going? Also, I was saying that I feel like people who are not meant to be in your life, they do a great job of removing themselves for you.
Yeah, I agree.
And those are the people that are usually like the bad ones. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because people you have friends that you lose contact with, but y'all still got nothing but love for each other, right?
Yeah.
But then you got people in your life. It's like, nigga, I'm not fucking with you no more.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like those people, those people that you've had in your life, right? Like, actually ask yourself. I can say this for myself, but have you ever actually really had to be like, yo, I'm not fucking with you no more? Or has that shit just low key did it on its own? Like timing, like
it has.
I've had
like
both
universal
situations.
timing.
I've had both situations where like it just kind of like, and
I have two. True.
Powerful enough. How you're saying it is they remove themselves. You know, they find some weird thing to find within you that they're like, yeah, you know what? You know, I'm just not fucking with this. And you're like, oh,
okay.
Oh, it was me? Oh, no problem, bro. Peace.
Or they start fucking with a different crowd, and it's like y'all just start losing. It's like, you know what?
You start losing the.
And it's like you just
the touch or whatever.
You know what? I think that's for the better.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're like, whatever, man, peace out. And I've had times for sure that I've been like, yeah, I ain't fucking.
Yeah, that's only happened to me a short amount of times.
Way more short. Yeah. I think people get the picture though.
For sure.
I mean? Like,
for sure.
Stop hitting them up, or like you like maybe are more tense or combative when you hang out with them, or whatever the fucking case is, bro. Like, you know, but they start to tell that like there's friction between the relationship, and then they get the picture. And plus, I'm also like I'm pretty good at you know, like squashing beefs with the people I give a fuck about. You know what I mean? Like
I completely
agree. Like maybe I yell at you in that moment, but then like whatever, bro. Like the next day or even the next hour, I'm like, you know what? I fucked up. And even if I didn't fuck up, sometimes I'm like, whatever, bro. Like I'll take this L just because I love you. You know what I mean?
I completely agree with that.
Like, and that goes with like relationships, like you know, your girlfriend, your fucking friends, your fucking bosses. Sometimes you know that sometimes you know your boss is in the wrong, and you just gotta be like,
all right. Sometimes it ain't worth it, bro. You're not supposed to win every battle. Bro.
Exactly, bro. You're not supposed to win every
I'm
battle.
learning that now.
And you got to know when to be like, I'm going to shut the fuck up. Because if I tell you how I feel, like, I might lose my job. I might lose my girlfriend. I might lose my friend. Like, you know, like it extends to different relationships. It's not just
time and
your
place,
spouse. Though. Yeah,
because there are times where you do need to lay that fucking truth.
For
sure. Know what I mean? Like, because it would actually kill you more
to not lay down the
truth than to harbor that shit, bro.
For sure.
And that's one thing I've learned, that if it's that type of situation, you gotta let that shit out. You gotta
pull the trigger, bro, for sure. Pull the trigger.
Whether it's feelings will be hurt, but at the end of the day, it's like
the outcome is
you're
more
conscious and internally you're at peace, because it's like,
yeah, bro. That's
I said what I had. Like I said what I meant. I said what I said, and it's like, you know, you can't control how people feel anyway. So,
and that's what I'm big on nowadays too, bro. Is just like you're not gonna disturb my peace.
Yeah,
bro.
You have to develop a degree of detachment.
For sure.
Because life shows you when shit is changing.
Facts.
And you can't fight that shit. You gotta roll with it. You know what I'm saying? So if these people are only meant to be here, you gotta accept that fully and be willing to be like, all right, I'm gonna be comfortable with this person, you know, being in my life less or not being there at all.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel that.
So you have to have this degree of detachment,
awareness.
so you're not so hurt.
People.
You know, when this thing separates, you don't have this thing weighing you down.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm grateful to my Uber the other day was a life coach, and me and her was just chopping it up on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just how the mind works, like just life. And she was saying to me, she gave me some real shit, you know, and she was saying how a lot of the issues that, you know, people have today is people like your life is in 3 seasons essentially. Like people are still healing people are still trying to find love from when they were kids. People are still trying to revenge from their teenage, like middle years. Like the average person is still trying to receive the love that they never got as a kid.
Yeah.
They're still trying to seek revenge that they had in them through their teenage rebel years. And they're still trying to, like, now they're trying to find peace. So you got all 3 of those things battling each other at one time. And it's like, that's what almost all of us are going through.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Like, I can relate for sure.
For sure, 100%. Yeah. And as I get older, you know what, like, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but a lot of, like, my happy triggers, you know, like, it's all childhood. You know, like it's all like stemmed from like what made me happy as a kid. You know, like cars, like fast motorcycles, like, you know, like whatever the fuck, you know, like, and I've concentrated on like trying to make those my hobbies and like you know, getting a bike for like my own entertainment and like because I like to go fast. Fucking getting a PS5 because I've had a PlayStation since I was fucking 7 years old. You know, like it's one of those things that it took me, I think, like 2 years after it came out for me to finally get a fucking PS5, but that was a goal, you know, and it stemmed from happiness from being a kid, you know, like things that like in animals, you know, my mom always said that I fucking loved animals, so like it just stemmed into my career, and it's fucking crazy. But a lot of the shit that like I would say that makes me happy to my core stems from anything that's like from childhood, you know, like that like developed through maybe even teenage years, and like now we're here, you know. So I don't know.
I can relate because that's why it looks like that around us.
Yeah, of course,
sure.
of course,
like
man.
This just brings me to some, but yeah, you know, like you were
that
saying,
made you feel.
yeah, it brings you back to that, man. And it just makes you feel good, man.
Straight up, think about it. Like your kid years, you're full of just happiness and love. You feel me? Because you don't know anything else. Like you're not exposed to like
no
troubles
stress
and like stress of the world,
of, like the world.
And then when you go through your teens, you have so much like you're coming of age. Your like questions are starting to finally get answers. You're starting to realize, like your parents aren't the superheroes that like you may think that they are.
They're not always right.
They're not always right, and you start getting angry, bro, because you start to realize like, yo, they don't have every fucking answer that I want, and then you start, you know, you blame them for a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But then you don't, because you're at a young rebellious like I want answers stage. But then as you get older and you understand like the peace aspect, you're like, yo, they were still trying to get answers themselves.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Like, they didn't know how to like
absolutely,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying? It's like they weren't perfect, bro. They still figuring shit out, like you know. But
because I'm a parent myself, so
exactly.
I'm figuring shit out. So
which is wild to think about, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. You see that now, like, bro, like it's crazy because I work like my coworkers. I have two coworkers that are 32. My mom had me at 32. One of my coworkers has a 16-year-old, and I'm like, yo,
that's crazy.
It's crazy because I realize one, how young she still is at 32, because how much me and her relate, and I'm 26. But I'm like, yo, you're still young, and I'm like 32. I was like, yo, my mom had me at your age, so I'm like looking at my mom, how she, you know what I mean, her age, like where she was at, in my, like, you get what I'm saying? Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
it
I
makes
did the
sense
same.
Like I'm looking at a 32. I'm looking at my mom essentially right here. Like I'm like, oh, this is where you were at in your life when you had me. And I'm like, where I'm at now, one like fucks me up because I'm like, damn, life goes quick. Because I'm like, yo, damn, you're at 32. You're not much older than me, and I'm 26 now. So I'm like, yo, that was only
a blink.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, yo, that shit just quick, bro. Like, damn, that happened so fast. But it's trippy, bro, because I'm like, damn, my mom. Like, I look at my homegirl with my coworker that's 32, and she's still like figuring shit out like heavily. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, how did I expect my mom to have all these fucking answers, yo? As a single parent on top of that.
Yeah, we did have a lot of expectations of our parents, bro.
For sure.
Like,
and you know, I was raised by a single mom, so that was like double the expectations.
And it's fucked up.
There wasn't
bro.
a man presence, you know.
And let me ask you this, bro, because growing up with a single mom, bro, did you ever find yourself, and Ma, I love you, bro, always, but like, did you ever find yourself getting angry that you felt like she didn't do enough, but then you step back and realize, like, damn, hold up, you were wearing the shoes of two fucking people?
Oh yeah,
and it was like,
I feel like
you had two roles to fulfill, so it's like you didn't fully have the chance to really be maybe all that you could have been because you didn't have the help.
Yeah.
And there's times where I had to, like, as a man, I had to sit back and like be like, yo, don't be mad at her. Like, take some of that, not anger, but questions, and direct it towards the other nigga. Like, yo, bro, what the fuck were you actually doing to help her out? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like she ain't. I'm talking about my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, where the fuck was you at? Like, she was making it work with just a little bit that she had.
Yep.
But I get so much anger because she was the only one that was there. You know, it's like, oh, you didn't do enough, but it's like, yo, she did everything and then some. You know what I mean? Like, she did everything and then some by herself. And it's like, I'm really mad at him, not her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mad at him because he didn't add to the pie. It was more her, and I wanted more from her than I got. You feel me? She did everything she had to do as a mother. I was looking for the father in her too. You know what I mean? And that wasn't fair to her. Like, because the man is the household. You know what I mean? The father is supposed to be the man of the house. He's the head of the household. You know, growing up, that was my brother. You know what I mean? So when he wasn't
Same
there, it
with
was,
me.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it was me on my own, my mom, it was like I wasn't old enough yet to really be the man of the house because I was still too young to work and shit like that. But like her not being able to give me money sometimes when I'm hanging out with kids who got fucking $20, $40 with no questions from their parents, like that shit used to fuck with me as a kid, bro. Like hanging out with kids in New York, it didn't really bother me like that because a lot of people weren't in the same financial kind of like area as me. You know what I mean? But here, you go to niggas' houses with mansions and shit, and you go back to your reality, bro. That shit could stump you, dog. Like, and you could get like growing up here early, bro. That shit used to fuck with me a lot, bro. Like, I would go hang out with friends and see like their riches and shit, and come home and like my house was good. I had a great food in my system. My house was clean. It smelled good. Like shit was good. But like I just couldn't get everything I wanted when I wanted, and I'd just be like, damn. Like I would selfishly like throw it at my mom in my mind, be like, damn, what like why we don't got that? Like what'd you not do that we don't got this?
Right.
But then I'm like, yo, hold up. You actually did everything you had to do and could do with the circumstances you was in.
Because they try to make it the best they could.
You know what I mean? Yep. And that shit as a man, like, actually broke me down one time because I was like, you know, it was like, damn, bro, like, I was too hard on her at certain times in my life. You know what I mean? She don't realize it. She don't even know that. Like, and what I mean by that is like there was too much that I expected of her that like I didn't vocalize, but like I just thought that you know, you would just expect as a parent. Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the same
and like
boat as
there was times where like I had to really take myself out of that and be like, yo, bro, she did everything. Like, actually.
I think that was like me most of my like teenage years in a way, and maybe like even early like 20s. But then there was like I don't know, like a flip with my mom that I think we just became more like honest with each other. I guess, or like she realized I was like an adult, and I broke down like some of this conversation we're having where I was like, dude, like, you know, I realized that I was just angry at like the reality that we were in. But it wasn't like her fault, you know. And I would sometimes bring like for a while. I remember that like somewhere between like 18 to 20, I would always ask her or frequently ask her like, dude, like, do you ever think like how much better your life would have been if you like wouldn't have decided to be a single mom? And like she was like, no. She always said no. She was like, I never like you were like the best thing to ever happen, bro. Like, and this is like where I always wonder because I'm not a parent, and I'm sure maybe you can answer this, but once you create like life, and specifically maybe more for women, it becomes like they're everything, man. Yeah. And it's kind of, and I see it in males as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I see it in a lot of like my friends and stuff, which is like I'm always like, damn, like that's gotta be beautiful, bro. To be able to like look at like the creation from the person you love or loved at one point exponentially, and you create another version of your like half and half versions of yourselves. And then you decide to raise it, like that's it's just crazy, bro.
Yeah,
it's like it's wild, bro. It's wild to think about.
Wait till you get in.
And I can't even imagine that, man. You know, I have dogs, and sometimes I'm like, what the fuck, bro? How do we get like this done? You know, but
you gotta want to pour everything into
the kid, and that's how my mom. She was like, I always like.
That's like a blessing, though, when you get somebody like that, though, because there's a lot of people that don't.
Oh yeah, for sure. And my mom was fucking dude. Best mom ever, bro.
Straight up, now.
As I grew up, I like try to give her as much praise and love as I could, you know, so let her know that she did a good job. Yeah. And because of her, I'm here, you know, like because of what she instilled in my personality and my character. And I always remember because so like a lot of things stem from her and her teachings, and even like in a way, I think she made me an extrovert because I remember she was always the type to be like, hey, say hi to people. Hey, like say hi. Go say hi. Go introduce yourself. Go introduce yourself. Go say hi. And I have people that are like, yo, bro, like, how do you just like meet people and get like acquainted with them? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I just say hi. I'm like, yo, what's up? My name's this. Like, blah, 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 blah. And I think a lot of that stems from my mom always being like, hey, go say hi. I feel that. You know, like just like little things, like,
or even setting you up to this point.
Yeah. To be a fucking good adult, you know, like a good fucking person. Bro. Yeah. And one thing that amazes me is I have people that I work with that have been working there for years before I even got there, and they'll be like, "Oh, what's that like the dishwasher's name, or like the salad lady's name, or whatever?" And like they've been there for a while, and I'm like, "You don't fucking know their name?" Like, and I know everybody's name at work, like to the point that like the dishwasher, the prep people, everybody, and I individually come in and I say hi to people individually.
Yeah.
Like, hello, Shabri. Hello, Tsunami.
That
Hello,
shit
you.
goes a
Hello,
long way,
you.
son.
Oh, yeah.
And that goes a long way in how people see you. And all that shit is because my mom was always like, introduce yourself and say hi.
Yeah.
Like, always. Like, you don't know what fucking people are going through, but you like have enough respect to like acknowledge you. Like, it doesn't matter how small or like how big of a role they have. Which, interesting enough, I actually usually like don't say hi to higher ups. I wait for them to say hi to me
I'm the same way.
because I want to see like, what's up? You're a leader.
Yeah.
Let me see it,
Dude,
bro.
So
you know,
funny
like
you say that.
it's
bro.
one of those things. And then anyone else around my level,
That's
like,
interesting.
Bro, no,
but yeah,
I'm so happy.
yeah, for sure. If it's a higher up, I wait for them to
Dude.
introduce themselves because I think it talks about how like their character and who they see important. Because they'll see like I've like multiple places. I've seen higher ups come in from fucking, you know, like the executive offices or the corporate offices or whatever, and they introduce themselves to the people that fucking matter per se, and then that's about it. Like, and so usually I give like people like, dude, I've gone up to like a week without like not saying hi to someone that's new. Like, that's a supervisor to see if they'll acknowledge me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's been up to like, I think the record's like 7 days
Bro.
that like someone's been like, hey, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, what's up, John?
That's funny.
My name is, because I usually know their name through like asking somebody else,
Yeah.
like, what's their name? So when they hit me with, oh, what's your name? I'm like, oh, well, your name is John, right? And so like they kind of reflect a little bit on it. But if anyone else is like around my level or like whatever the fuck, like I always say hi, I always greet them. And plus, I like to be that person, you know. I like to be the person that like brings fucking kind of like joy and energy into the workplace.
It's
Like,
I love
needed,
you said,
man.
yo, I love
It's
that you
needed.
said that, bro, because
Yeah,
that's
bro.
dead ass the role that I play in my office. Like, I take pride in that. Like, I'm the youngest person in my office, and like I sit at the front. You feel me? So when I walk in, like, this is kind of until I got to where I'm at now, where I'm kind of like ready to, you know, kind of
do your own thing,
find my own ways and shit again. But you know, even I always still showed up though. You feel me? And I always like coming into the office and like bringing that energy, bro. You feel me? And to the point where I knew,
absolutely,
I take pride in it, bro, because it's not the first time. And I'm not to my own horn, but I'm gonna toot my own horn for a second. Like, people have told me like, yo, when you're not here, when you're not around, you can tell. Because shit is quiet, shit is somber, like it's different.
Yeah.
And I've been told that not just in like the work environment, but just like in musical circles. Like when we were at the mansion, when I wasn't there for a couple of days, dead ass people when I came back told me that, and it made me feel welcomed. Actually,
Yeah,
it was like,
absolutely.
Okay, so maybe you know, like
because it makes you feel noticed,
and it made me feel like okay, people will listen to what I got.
People
they respect what I got to offer. You know what I mean? And so that made me feel good. But like, I agree though. Like there was my boss, straight up. I will always say what's up to him every morning. Like, yo, lawyers are very angry motherfuckers, bro. Like, I swear to you, bro. Like, it's like very angry people, bro. Like,
that's why I don't trust them niggas.
Straight up, like they're just angry and like always seem kind of miserable, bro. So like every morning, like I barely see him. You feel me? Like whenever he walks out, he'll cross paths. I'll say what's up, but then after a while, like I started doing what you did. Like, wait, hold up. Let's see if he say what's up to me. Like, good morning to me. And I'll be very honest with you, bro.
Rarely.
Very rare, bro. It is very rare. Like he'll walk past, he'll look at me, and I won't even say shit no more. I'm just like, because at the end of the day, I'm like, nigga, you a human just like me, bro. You know what I mean? Respectfully, like just like I say good morning to you, you can respect me too and say good morning, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just because you the boss don't make you no different than me, bro. Yeah. Like you cut my checks, yeah, but at the end of the day, you can still have the same common courtesy as I do. And it's funny. It's so funny you said it, bro, because that's just something I've been recently like.
I want
this nigga say something.
I like to peep people
straight up, and like
I like
bro,
to peep people
because there's times where people walk past me all day and won't say shit. And I'm just like, all right.
People will judge you off like your position, but like, bro, like I'm trying to build something on the side myself. Like every day, I walk out of here and I'm trying to build something myself. What are you doing? You working for a company? It's good for you, bro. Like I hope that works out for you. Yeah. Like, and I don't mean that in like any other way, but like it's like they view you as less, but they don't know what you're working on for yourself. You know what I mean?
Corporate ladders have put like a weird like
stigma.
Yeah,
and that's why I try to peep higher
I fucking hate.
I want to see
ladders,
where
bro.
you stand.
Fuck that shit. I'll never want to climb a corporate ladder, bro.
Yeah, I got no interest in this,
bro. Because it's not what it seems, bro. Like some real shit is not what it seems, dude. Never. Like it's a lot of ass kissing, not even ass kissing. Because in my position, the ass kiss don't even get you nowhere. Like you go work hard, but it don't do shit. Like. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you guaranteed to get that next spot. And even that next spot is not like, let's put it like this. Where I'm at, there's a ceiling. All right? Like, and the ceiling is one of those ceilings that if you're okay working at that spot for the rest of your life, cool. Not me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it ain't for me. Like,
Right.
I'm not a desk junkie. I can't sit behind a desk 24/7. Teach his own. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. But to feed into that, like, it's funny you said it, bro, because that was something that recently I was like, yo, let me see this because yo, you're right, bro. If you're the business owner, you're supposed to be the leader, bro. You're supposed to be the one. Well, first off, you should want everybody
Leading by
who's in there.
example.
Exactly. You should want everybody who's in there that's helping you acquire your money for your business. At the end of the day, because without any of these people here, this ship ain't sailing, bro. Like, it's not. Everyone plays an integral part, bro. So it's like you're supposed to be setting the precedent every single day. You're supposed to be setting the tone.
Yeah.
And when you come across as very unapproachable and like not really, like, yo,
It's not friendly, bro.
Not friendly.
It's not friendly. It's
motherfuckers ain't really gonna want to talk to you, bro. And I swear on everything I love, that is a thing in that office. Like,
and they definitely ain't gonna want to help you.
Yeah,
bro. And like I've been through that. Like myself, there's another attorney there. He's the same age as me. He goes to one of the other attorneys, not the head attorney, for advice because like he don't offer that like open door feeling. Like it's just kind of like, yo, you walk in there, you bothering him, kind of like, he gives that energy like, I'm busy, what's up?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like where it's like we got another attorney who just got barred. You feel me? So he's still trying to learn shit, but it's like to ask questions is almost damn near impossible. You know what I mean? Because the dude who's got to go ask the questions ain't really trying to hear the shit. Like, and it's just like, yo, you see it, bro. I'm telling you this right now. Working at a front desk, you see and hear everything, bro. You see and hear everything, dude. I swear to you, and it's good and bad, bro, because you know too much, like on some real shit, like. And like I be seeing shit, like it could put a bad taste in your mouth because you see everything. Like when I say you see everything, you see people in all moods and aspects. Like
absolutely,
people got to walk past me to get to their desk, to and from their desk. You know what I'm saying? So you having a bad day, I'm gonna see you. You having a good day, I'm gonna see you. And I sit in between everything. So you having conversations, I'm gonna hear it.
Right?
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know everything and I see everything. But it's just like, I don't know. Like I am big on that, bro. Like if you a boss and you a leader, bro, you should be the one. Like people should want to know everybody, bro. Yeah. And people should want to come talk to you. People should want to be able to feel comfortable to ask you, yo,
for help.
How does this work,
yeah.
Bro? It's to the point, Sean, like where I'll be like answering phone calls and it's his clients, where I'm like, yo, bro, they not calling for me. I can't help these people. And like when I first started, I have to like, you gotta go through a filter for, situation. Like I ask who it is, how, what is this in regard to, yada yada. Then I send it to the paralegal so that way they can filter it more. Because a lot of times they can handle the situation and the attorney don't even gotta fucking touch it yet. Like, but then there's times where people gotta go straight to him. And it's like, bro, I'm not about to run around this old office to see who's supposed to talk to this person or not. Like, you're the attorney. At the end of the day,
pick up the phone.
They're calling for you, bro. And there's sometimes where you don't need to speak to them. But like when I'm calling you to ask you about this person that's on the phone that's calling for you, don't make no snarky ass fucking like scuff or like, you know what I mean, or like remark or some shit to make it feel like I'm doing something wrong by transferring these niggas to your phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember asking my mentor that one day, like, yo, bro, what's up with that? Like, why does he get angry when I'm doing the job that these motherfuckers asked me to do? He's like, bro, I spoke to him. Like, he's like, that's some catty shit. Like, you can't be doing that. It's like a grown ass man acting like a kid, bro. It's weird. It's like really weirdo shit, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. It's just like really weird. It's not leader environment. It's not leadership. I'll tell you that. It's not. Not very alpha male-y at all. Like, very beta male-y shit, bro. Like, serious.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Always bitching and complaining about, like, what is it they got to do? Like, bro, you're an attorney, bro. You signed up for that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one told you to do this. You make a choice every day, bro. If you don't like it, then don't do it. You know what I mean? But don't take that anger out on everybody else, like, or, portray or, like, project that shit on everybody else. Like, if everybody, you know what I mean? Like, that shit is corny to me, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's another message, though. That's another message, though. Like, live with your motherfucking decisions. You decide to do something, follow that shit through, and know that you decided to do it. Your choice got you in that position, motherfucker. And if you want to get out of that, make a different choice and get your ass out of it. Don't be fucking complaining, but accept your fucking choices and where you are, because your choices got you there.
Straight up.
All right. Don't be acting like a hoe up in the office, y'all.
Straight up, bro. We don't want no hoes in the office.
All right, man. We about to close this bitch out, man.
That's it.
Shit, we almost 2.5 hours in.
Shit. That's a
great finale.
Yeah.
Great finale. Hell of a finale. we're gonna get out of here with some closing messages. Now, everyone, season 3 will not be coming back until the new year. We're taking a hiatus. We're working on this strategy, man. We're gonna come back fiercer than motherfucking ever. And you can fucking you can bet your money on that shit. All right. But any last plugs? Any last messages? What do you want to leave the people with? What do you feel is significant that you need to get across to the people that are gonna view this?
Tsunami, you're up.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's see. Always spread love. Let's start there. Spread love. Spread knowledge. Each one teach one. Always do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to follow your dreams and passions. Especially based off of what other people might think of you, whether it's, imposter syndrome or, people just not taking you seriously, bro. That's gonna come with it regardless. You know what I mean? You're gonna have haters no matter what you do. And honestly, that's good. Because that means somebody else is paying more attention to you than they are in their own life. And that's got more to show and say about them than it does for you any day. Don't give up on yourself ever, man. You know what I mean? It's okay to have down times. Everybody goes through, good and bad. But, when you're going through those dark times, just, sit back, assess what it is that might have put you here. Assess what it is that makes you feel good. You know what I mean? And then, focus on what it is that you can do to get yourself out of there. Focus on what it is that you can control. If it's something that's not in your control, you gotta let it go. You know what I mean? Just keep chasing everything, man. I don't even know what to say to that. Just chase everything that your heart desires, bro. You know what I mean? Just hopefully be inspired. Inspire others. Yeah, man. I don't know. Hopefully in the next season, bro. Hopefully I'm in a different place. We're all in different places that we can add more context to this context. You know what I mean? And just have different things to talk about. I know we will, but I'm saying on a different scale. You know what I mean? On a bigger scale. I know I'm going through a transitional period, so hopefully when the next season starts, I'm definitely gonna be able to catch up. Catch you guys up on that and see where we're all at and see what progress we're making. Mm-hmm. Definitely excited for season 3 to see what it is we're gonna talk about. See any new additions. You know what I mean? Whether it be to the studio.
That's really gonna be exciting to configure and figure out the new direction and the evolution of everything, man. I'm excited about it, man.
Oh yeah, I agree. Peace and love, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the fans that showed love to my bro SHINOBI, man. SHINOBI, thank you, bro, for always having me and Jorge on here. No doubt. Shout out to you, Jorge, bro, for always coming through as well. And I appreciate the dynamic I haven't built with you fellas, man. It's been a fun time. Look forward to season 3 and ongoing. You know what I mean? Straight up and seeing what else we can fucking do.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, dude.
Limitless, baby. That's all I gotta say. Hell yeah. That's all I gotta say.
All right, I guess I'm up. Short and sweet, bro. Keep following your dreams, man. Keep pushing. Don't give up. Fuck what people think, bro. If it's what you think you want to do and you're gonna do, man, go and chase it, bro. Go and chase it however you can. And don't give up, man. Don't give up and have a vision and execute, man. That's all it is. That's all it is, man. Keep moving forward. Let's do it, man. And then thank you for this guy for having us on. Looking forward to season 3. I always look forward for these episodes in general. So now the build-up's just going to be bigger. So thank you so much for supporting and watching this, guys. See you soon.
All right, baby. I just want to say I'm happy to make completion. To reach this part of the finish line, this chapter. I can actually close this chapter, man. And I can close it, comfortably and happily and be cool with how it's closing. And I can really just turn that page and just be willing to, accept whatever story fills in those blank spaces. You know what I'm saying? But it's so fucking easy to quit, man.
It is.
Because I got a lot of shit going on in my life and where, other motherfuckers would have quit already. So I'm just happy to complete it, man, because I'm a firm believer in completion. We started, we ain't got to fucking rush to the finish line, but motherfucker, we gonna get there. We gonna finish it up. So it's all about completion, man. So I definitely want to put that message out there to people, is, man, complete what you start. You know, don't do things half-assed, and don't leave things unfinished. You know, complete things. Take responsibility in what you start and commit to it, man. And adapt and find a way to make it work if it doesn't go exactly according to plan. Like, you got time to figure that out too. That doesn't have to be rushed either. You don't have to be on anyone else's
agenda schedule.
Yeah, time schedule. Like, let yourself go through the process, man, and don't let yourself be pressured by anybody to rush your own fucking process. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess in a nutshell, I'm saying have your own mind and thought process with things. Don't allow yourself to be programmed. You know, figure out how you want to live life. How do you perceive life? How do you want to go about things? You know, really figure that the fuck out. That doesn't have to be rushed either. Figuring that out. You know, just explore the fucking world and see what sticks. You know, try new things. You may discover some things you never thought you loved, or you never thought you wanted to dedicate your time to and your effort to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, have your own mind, man, and don't be so easily swayed by words or actions.
Public opinion.
Exactly. In my mind, I'm always like, if most people are going that way, I'm going in the opposite direction. I ain't following behind these niggas. You know what I'm saying? But to you, gentlemen, man, I appreciate you guys like you wouldn't believe, man. Just your presence in here, man. It keeps this thing going. And I don't know, man. It just brings goodness to this whole environment, bro.
I love it, bro.
And that's all I want to surround myself with.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially the ones that, you know, I really hold close to me. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys for anytime I'm like, hey, let's do an episode. You motherfuckers always all right.
Straight up.
when I gotta be there.
Yeah.
And that dude, I appreciate that like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, anytime, bro.
It really shows me how down y'all are, man. And I'm just happy I have the ability to attract I don't know the word I'm looking for. You guys are some honorable gentlemen. You're very fucking caring. You're open as men. You don't believe you have to be some fucking tough guy to be a man.
Yeah, nah.
Being a man, we're multifaceted as men.
Absolutely.
Man. You know what I'm saying? And I just appreciate who you guys are in general. I don't give a fuck where you work, what you do.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you as motherfucking people.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Vice versa, dog.
We got mad love for you, bro.
Straight up. You are one of my mentors too, and you know this too.
Absolutely.
Like, you are one of my mentors as well.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm big as shit, and I mean, look like I'm the same age as you. You look young as fuck, nigga. But he older than me. He old, bro.
I got that Wolverine, nigga.
Straight up. Quite literally, bro. Man got the Pharrell gene, bro.
Yo, damn, that was good.
Straight up, skateboard P over here.
Yeah,
it's been real, bro. This shit is ill, son. Straight up, I just like how we just casually just flow. That's one of my favorite things about like how this happens. I don't think no conversation ever seemed like it has been forced.
Yeah,
and I think like even though we bounce around to different things, I think the segues of how we get there always pretty much roll out. Pretty fucking smooth, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel the same
so.
way.
I don't know if it's just because we're just talking and we don't really hear it, but like even today, like I feel like every segue we had like
was like
transition properly, like like to where when you go through and edit and chop it up, you can like I mean like chop it properly to where it's like okay, we talk about this here, then it this here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, but it's fun. I don't know. I like that shit.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Super fun.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is continuously fun because, like, you know, take yesterday for instance. Like, I had a long fucking day at work, long morning. Had to come home and finish up some shit at work. But as soon as it was time to do this, bro, my energy was just like, let's go.
Yeah.
After I took my nap. But yeah, my energy was instantly like, let's go, man.
Let's
I
do
didn't
it.
mind getting my ass in here, getting the lights, getting the table, setting it up. You know, I'm like, dude, this is something meaningful, and
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
continue to enjoy doing it.
You look forward to it too.
That's
man.
important though, bro. You have to enjoy what you do. You have to keep that same open mind towards it, that same love for it. Because then, if not, you just give up essentially. You know what
Yeah, I
mean?
don't want this to become I gotta go to work, my job. Like,
Right.
It shouldn't be work for you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean, bro?
it
Like,
don't
even
feel that way. You know,
even if when you get to the point where you can monetize this
Editing
thing,
it,
it's
man.
like it shouldn't be work for you. There should be something. It's work because you got to put in the work to sustain it, but it's like it should be enjoyable work. You know what I mean? Something that you do because at the end of the day, every time you work on it, you're getting better at it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's not
reps,
like
man.
100%.
it's not like you're working on it for not a cause. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's for a greater purpose or a greater good or for a better outcome next time.
But this is part of my life's work, bro. This is a portion of my life's work, man.
Of a
So,
long time.
This is shit my fucking kids gonna be able to see. That, after I'm gone, this is the shit that immortalizes us in the world, bro.
Yeah.
So when this physical body's gone, like, if you guys end up having kids, this is gonna be shit. They can go on YouTube and see they fucking pops and get to know you.
That's pretty cool.
Get to know more about you through this fucking video. You know what I'm saying?
I never actually thought of that.
It may bond you guys even closer.
I never thought of that.
You know what I'm saying? And it's important what we're doing, bro. We're not only doing this for ourselves.
Facts.
We're not only doing this for ourselves, man. So, I think we all understand. The responsibility we have, and we're actually taking charge and following through with it, man. And that's something to applaud, man. If you ask me.
Absolutely.
Something standing on for show, bro.
Yeah, man. And thank you guys out in the audience.
Fans, man.
Thank you guys for joining us, man. If you haven't caught up, you got to go back and watch season 1 all the way up through season 2, man. That's 20 episodes. That's
some good time, man.
That's a shit ton of content, man. And you got to go catch up, man. Watch us on our journey, man. See how we progressed.
Hell yeah.
See how we continue to hone this craft. You know what I'm saying? And keep rocking with us. And just keep being along with us for the ride to grow, man, because you guys are growing with us. If you're watching this, I know you're taking value from it, so let's just continue to grow together.
Hell yeah.
I also want to point out the Shinobi Podcast YouTube channel is now the Shinobi Entertainment Network, and it features the Shinobi Podcast. It also features King Shinobi's scene breakdowns and more shows to come. But now this channel is a network. We are links in a chain. This is one network under one umbrella. It's going to have various shows, and we're just going to keep adding and adding as the time goes on. We're going to keep taking our time. We're going to keep strategizing, communicating, and figuring shit out. You know what I'm saying? So go check that out. Show your support. Those scene breakdown videos are doing good. My last one did like 4K in a couple of days.
Hell yeah.
What I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep pouring into that. And during this hiatus, just to give you guys a little window into my world, I'm really focusing on marketing all the content that we've already created. All the shit that's already been created, really getting it out there, really focusing on that, getting it out to a wider audience so we can keep spreading this. All right. Yeah, thank you guys. That's all I can really say. Anything else, guys, before we get about this bitch?
That's it, man.
That's it, man. Peace and love to everybody, dog.
Thank you for tuning in, man.
Straight up.
Thank you for the support.
Hey, man,
Season
you heard
3, we coming back.
Peace and love from the Shinobi realm. Be on the lookout for season 3. Check out my man at Pointy Ear Training. Check out my man Tsunami here.
You're
at Tsunami Clark. It's
Tsunami Clark.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He's not that active on there, but maybe once he starts getting some fans out here in the streets.
What, on Instagram? Nah, man, I'm slowly getting back into my passion for like the music and entertainment world, bro.
Yeah,
I am, dude. Like one of my best friends, shout out Brandon, bro. Like he keeps me on top of my shit. Like he keeps me trying to keep me involved because he's actually doing the management thing in New York. And he's been really out there in the field with like him, one of his artists, and just been really like he's been booking shows for his artists. Just like really been out there and just networking with different people and shit. And I'm proud of him.
What's his name?
Brandon.
Brandon. Shout out Brandon, man.
But he's shout out Go Cartel too, man. But he's always on top of me, like, yo, bro, look into this, do this, do this, do this. Like, yo, I know you ain't doing it right now, but I ain't letting you just let this go, bro, because he knows how I feel about it. And but I think moving forward, like, I never wanted to be a manager per se. I've always wanted to be like A&R. Like, I love A&R. But the music industry is such a weird place now. I don't really care to do the A&R work on the label side. What I mean by that is like, I want to learn how to develop an artist properly. So I would love to get like an internship under a proper A&R. I know exactly what A&R would be for me personally, but I would love to get an internship there. The only thing is, I would rather be an A&R of like connecting different artists, developing different artists as well as producers and like songwriters in the independent work. And what I mean by that is like they're independent as in like they're not on a mainstream like status, but they have like 3 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they have a cult following. You know, they could probably formulate a small tour just off of their core fan base. You know what I mean? Like those are the type of people I want to work with. To be honest with you, they're more, in my opinion, more talented. Like that community of like independent artists are way more talented than like what's the mainstream shit that's coming out today. Like,
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like there is no artist development at all in like label music that comes out, like at all. Like, cause look at the bullshit that's out. You know what I mean? Look at the content. Look at the shit. Like, look at the like just the context of what some of the words and like just some of the songs that are out. It's like, what the fuck? Shit is at an all-time low, like on a vibrational level.
Because there is no artist development. That's the thing.
There hasn't been no artist development for a while now because it's all about clout. It's not even about actual artists. Like, you don't have to be a good artist anymore, bro. Like, if you can just generate clout, you're good, bro.
That's it.
You're good. Like,
that's it.
You gotta interject yourself in there, man.
We live in such a singles heavy era that like bodies of work don't mean shit anymore, bro. Like albums don't mean shit. People don't even have an attention span to listen to albums. Like, and that sucks because that's why I want to work with the artists who do have the core fans that appreciate the album.
Yeah.
And that want to go listen to the whole fucking project and not just the bullshit hot single. You know what I mean? Like, those are the artists and people I want to work with, not like people who just putting out singles. Because that shit to me is just like, bro, what is the point of this? Like, there's not going to be no artist development because it's like you're not actually developing projects. Like, you know what I mean? You're just developing a single. What's hot right now? Oh, okay, cool. This shit gonna blow. That's my stance. My fault.
Keep that vision alive, man. Interject yourself in there.
I didn't realize we were still recording. I thought it was just like
interject yourself in there. Make a change, man.
Yeah, man. We gonna still fucking see.
Yeah, don't lose that shit, man. Don't lose that passion. All right, folks. Thanks once again for joining us on the finale of season 2 of the Shinobi podcast. Got my man Jorge. Got my man Tsunami. We'll holler at y'all later. Much love to y'all.
Peace out.
Here.